Hey everybody, welcome to Noir Bar, live from the shadiest district of Noir City in the year of our Lord 1942, Plague Dr. Zach. Come on in, grab a seat, grab your drinks, and get ready for a comfortable late night, laid back time with Fanta booze, broads, and bullets. And joining me tonight are Far and Sam. Far, how are you?
I'm alright. I think he was replying about the Discord stuff, not actually asking where.
No, he was asking where we're doing it. And where are we doing it, Far?
In Discord.
No, we're doing it. We met in Discord, and we got in a time machine, as we do every week, most weeks, and we back to the Chase District of Noir City, to the year of our Lord 1942. Every week, most weeks.
Except for last week.
Every week.
Don't look at last week.
No, it happened last week. It's just not quite caught up with the present just yet.
Good point. Good point. We come back every week, multiple times throughout the week. We just don't always send it to the future.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, how are you doing?
I am extremely tired, but you know, I've not fallen foul of the Civil War in my country just yet.
I have been following the Civil War that is many years off from it. Nice. Big fresh start.
Oh, damn it.
Indeed. Hold on, I need to refresh the bloody page without the show up.
Oh my god. Vol Potato goes to the trouble to send you money. You're not even ready to...
I wrote a part of it.
Do you know that it cost $10 per donation to beam those back to 1942? We're actually paying for you to receive it, and you can't receive it on time.
Well, yeah, because we're back in 1942, so of course I can't receive it on time.
I'm the one that facilitates it. All you have to do is read. All right.
I'm gonna do the reading. Thank you, Vol Potato, for the $3. He says so to start this stream out.
Alba spaghetti!
Continue. It's just downhill from here.
How does it feel to be the only one on the stream to not be a furry? Since we've known about Polly for a while, and Far just recently admitted to it. You know what? I'm feeling mighty generate.
I only said it in the context of a video game. I'm not actually a fucking furry. God damn it.
Do you think that matters for Vol Potato, the person who labeled me publicly on IMDb as being a furry? Vol Potato doesn't give a fuck. I mean, that's been established.
I like how the Frenchman is the least degenerate here. It's just...
According to a Vol Potato.
Yeah.
According to a Vol Potato, and you know what?
Yeah. He's a potato after all, so you know. Just
Don't you badmouth potatoes now.
I'm just gonna leave that out there.
The
And,
ancestor
thank
spirits will be displeased.
Well, it's the only way for me to make up for it to bite into a fucking raw potato. Is that what you're telling me?
Don't do that. They have worms.
That'll please the ancestor spirits of ours. Just
Seriously,
rip
Far,
the
you
tear into a
remember
raw
the
potato.
tapeworm thing, right?
Yes, I remember the tapeworm. Please,
okay,
more. I
I'm saying-
don't need more of that.
Eating raw potatoes. So all jokes aside, is a really good way of getting a tapeworm. Don't fuck around.
Yeah, I would really rather not. Okay then. Thank you, Far's Feet, for the $2. Alphabetti Spaghetti. Well, yeah. I am concerned about that name, but yep, thank you for the $2. The less said about that, the better.
Far's Feet, bringing in the big bucks.
The less said about that, the better. As she says before she says it. Why did you even call attention to it?
I don't know.
You didn't think that one through, did you?
No.
No.
I also, you made the joke of like being a furry on a stream. Do I look like a person that thinks things through?
I was worried the first time that Vol Potato did that. And I was like, embracing sanity. You're on the internet. It's like asking the internet to help you name something and then getting upset when they call it, you know, Facey McBoat face-ism face. It's just going to happen. Embrace it.
Facey McBoat face. Oh, let's start as we mean to go on, shall we?
And people are like, how long does it take for Far to get banned? Well, and for those who don't remember, Sinatra banned Far from all the things forever. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just banned from everything else. It's great. I'm just running with it. Fuck it.
It's alright. It's alright, Far. You can be an internet asylum seeker here.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I don't think Sinatra's getting my donations anymore, so I don't think it's really worth, just playing the same thing over and over again. I think he's wiped it completely from his OBS.
Oh, he tried that, and it just, oh, man. Hey, Sam, I got a story for you. It's a short one. You ready?
Yeah.
You're the first person I've been able to tell this story to, okay? So, Sinatra has a squirrel in his attic. Okay?
What? Okay.
Right. Now, the squirrel's getting in there somehow. He concludes that it's getting in there from a tree where the foliage is able to reach, because, squirrels are fucking acrobats, man. You've seen them do their thing. It's amazing. Like, they'll leap from...
Mice,
Yeah. One of the coolest things that squirrels can do is that, look, a squirrel, see, it fits here because it's like a off-topic bunny trail. Get it? Is it run along a power line? So impressive to me. They make ninjas look like Joe Biden, doddering old idiots. The way they jump from loose branch to loose branch, they'll jump off one branch that like flexes and nearly drops them onto another branch that flexes so far from their weight that they nearly fall over, and they don't even look remotely scared, like they knew the whole thing was going to happen. It's amazing. So he thinks that they're getting up the tree and going over there. So anyway, he's got a tree in his attic. He's got a fucking squirrel in his attic. What do you think his solution was, Sam?
I hesitate to answer that question, honestly.
Alba spaghetti!
Oh,
It's definitely
no.
that.
Oh, no.
Do you want to read that one out, Far?
My feet donated $2. God. I don't know if I want to read that because it's got like fucking hell. My furry feet finally get only feet. Despite Australian, I'm leaving it at that. I'm not. No. Thank
That
you,
one's
but
given
no.
you pause for thought, has it?
I just no. Thank you, but no, thank you. Like, I'll take the money, but that's as much of that I'm reading.
Fair enough. So he decides to preclude any more squirrels getting into his house by getting out a chainsaw and cutting down every tree around his house.
That is
what about
exactly
the squirrel that's in his attic. Does that get rid of that?
Well, I don't know. He kept talking about
hanging around.
He got a BB gun and he went up there and then he was going to get a 22, and I was just so blown away when he was telling that story. Like, he didn't seem to think there was anything weird about it until I started laughing at him or laughing about it. Like, I can't believe that's your fucking solution. Are you serious? And he's like, well, I went up there with my BB gun, and I said, I was like, and after you had shotgunned your whole upper attic area to death because if chainsaw
56 new ventilation.
Well, yeah, if chainsawing all the trees on your property seems to be the solution, like a BB gun is going to rapidly accelerate to a 12-gauge shotgun. You know what I mean?
He's putting speed holes in his fucking house. The one place you do not, in fact, want speed holes.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Oh, dear.
So I can't wait to tell my dad that story. He's going to blow his mind. Okay, there we go. All right, doing some things here.
Fucking yeah, that blows my mind. Like, you cut down all of your trees?
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Yeah. And I love this. He's like, it wasn't that big. That one tree was only like 15 feet tall. What the fuck what did I just hear? Not that big as a sapling that's barely taller than you, in my opinion.
Not that big is like a tree of my height, you know? Like, that's not a very big tree.
That is bordering on the small, yes.
Yeah. Like, 15 feet? No, man, that's a big tree. That's a pretty big tree.
That is exactly as drastic as I expect Sinatra to be about things in life. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really seem to see what was wrong with it when I started cracking jokes like, I'm going to get them bastards, make sure they never enter my abode again. I'm going to go poison every oak tree in a 50-mile radius. No acorns for them. Like, what the fuck? It's
Dude, is he Elmer Fudd? Because this is some Elmer Fudd shit.
yeah.
And get that wascally squirrel.
I guess you could say he went completely nuts. Moving on.
Oh God.
While Polly's working on whatever he's working on there, Far, how the hell are you?
I said I was good, thank you. How are you?
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm tired.
Now everyone remember that there is since Far's moving to America and is going to experience the sweet blessings of actual liberty as we're celebrating this weekend, 4th of July, holiday weekend.
Okay, where is this going?
Well, come Christmas, I'm going to have to take Far Christmas tree hunting.
Oh my god.
Oh god, is that like in Scotland where they go out and catch the wild haggis?
How do they do that?
Well,
Just chase down sheep?
Quite the expedition. No. The haggis is actually a wild animal, Polly.
No, is it? It's barley and whatnot in a sheep's stomach boiled.
No, that's propaganda. That's English propaganda. Don't buy into it. The haggis are actually wild creatures. They live up the sides of mountains.
They look oddly like a
so
severed sheep stomach that's been boiled.
Kind of. See,
Oddly, like no, they look like bagpipes, don't they?
Well, interestingly, a
Is that
haggis
really
does look like a
basement, right?
bagpipe, yeah, because it's just a big bag. It's a stomach.
Yeah, the bagpipe
haggis.
is based
What
on
a
the wild
fucking
haggis.
travesty. Yeah, see, these are imitation haggises.
Haggai.
Gift of the Haggai.
Boom. See, we're looking at the haggises here.
Rugby team does.
When the ends are tied off like that, and see, this is the thing, you never know if it's like an actual haggis because the fake sausage casings, I don't know what they make them out of, but they concern me. How does everyone like my new screen? I dig it. So,
Looks great.
does it?
Yeah.
Cool. Good. We can scroll in there and everything. It looks nice. All right. I don't know what they make fake sausage casings out of, but I want to know what they make them out of. Less than I want to know what they made the sausage out of. Because I'm eating it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, Gonzo. Yeah, we have more information going on with Gonzo.
Oh.
Yeah. And Chlorine Creations.
I didn't get Gonzo.
I got
I'm
Eva Green.
sad. Yeah, I did too. I'm
What did you
sad.
get? What'd you guys get?
Eva
Eva
Green.
Green.
I'm assuming what I get is what goes out on Obis.
Yes. Yeah, what you get is what goes out to everyone else.
Okay.
What we get is just what we get.
It's just what we get. We get lesser than. Chlorine Creations, thank you very much for the $2. Come on down to the lab and pick up a jug of Chlorine Creations infinite famous mixture for all your pest needs. Chlorine Creations. When you solution needs to be a final one. Nice. Because that hasn't happened yet in 1942, so it's way too soon for anyone to take offense.
I like how we were joined by special guest Porky Pig there. That was great.
Careful, we're getting a bit too close to that porkskin demon.
Oh, true.
Yeah, too close.
Yeah, hold on. Boom. See, have you ever had a haggis?
No.
Yes,
So have I, Sam. It was good. It was really good.
it is. It really is.
I didn't have any of
Don't
the.
think about what goes into it.
What's all in the inside other than barley and whatnot? That's all I know. It's like barley seasonings. I'm assuming a bunch of offal.
Awful.
Yeah. Okay.
Awful. Yeah.
I'm okay with.
Ironically enough, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. People think I'm kidding when I say that, and the people that know that I'm not kidding just hate the pun. Now.
Well, those people are not on my party list.
Now, I only know one organ that Far will eat. Sam, where do you come out on organ meats that you're okay with?
Liver's cool, kidney's cool. I've done heart, not a big fan. Brain is all right, depending on how it's prepared. Avoid most everything else.
Okay.
Especially testicles, guys. What the fuck?
Okay. I say I didn't want to interrupt because you said some things. I was like, right, and then some other things. I was like, no. So I don't want to, let you own what you're gonna own. So far, other than skin, where do you come out on organ meat?
No thanks.
So the
Just
large,
generally no thanks.
so mammal's largest organ all the way. Every other one, no.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, Sam.
Why? Why?
No,
I'm so suspicious now. Where's this going?
I find it interesting because you're kind of, I don't know, I don't think the word squeamish is right, but you're squeamish about a few things. No, I don't want anything because I can't see you eating heart if you knew it was heart, liver if you knew it was liver, kidney, as Sam said. Liver's okay, depending on how it's cooked, but honestly, even when it's not cooked well, it's still edible, if you know what I mean. It's not like it gets inedible for me if it's cooked badly. Liver and onions, I realize, is a classic dish, but the problem ain't the liver. It's them fucking onions.
It's the onion.
Yeah, you got it, Far. It's the fucking onions that are disgusting, not the liver. I've never... kidney, I've had it. It was okay. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I can't really say. Lung was no. I have tried it.
No, fuck lung. That's disgusting.
In reading a lot of the Revolutionary War era and colonial America era cookbooks that I have, because I'm a fan of eating the past, as I call it. I'm a fan of the Townsends channel, and that's how I got into like the YouTube channel, the Townsends. If you haven't watched it, you should. A lot of fun. That's where I got into the cookbooks from originally, and that's where I first got the idea of mushroom ketchup from. And I've made multiple batches. It turned out really good. It was a great idea. A lot of organs that I wouldn't have thought of, like a cow udder. Oh yeah, that is it. No, I don't want to. No.
Okay. I'm updating the list of banned organs, right? No testicles, no breasticles, neither of those.
I don't want to eat a giant cow tit. There, I said it.
Yeah, I'm okay with not eating cow poop. I'm very okay with that.
Yeah. Liver food?
Tits are for sucking, not for cooking. That almost rhymes.
See, now that looks... Look at that. That looks delicious.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Looks a little dry, actually, but like I could use a sauce.
A bit of gravy.
Yeah. Far, this doesn't look good. It's just meat.
It looks like mushrooms.
Yeah, I guess
it's kind of
got
large mushrooms.
Yeah, it looks like mushrooms, but I know it's not mushrooms, so I'm not.
Oh, look at this.
Honestly,
chicken livers. That looks curried, actually. That looks good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Indian style, so very, very likely curried.
Tandoori.
Tandoori. See? It is just meat, Far.
Yeah, I don't care. No thanks.
Kidney, when it's prepared right, has a texture that you could easily fool yourself into believing is just a big meaty mushroom.
Yeah, the only time, like said Sam, when it's like a little bit overcooked or cooked over too like low and slow, it gets grainy, if that makes sense, like pasty almost.
That's unpleasant.
Yeah. That's the only time I really, that's what I was saying when like liver is, when it's, I can eat it then, but its texture's shot to hell now, if you know what I mean.
Also, if it's if they're doing the boiled liver preparation and it's just underdone and it's a bit, how can I describe it? Especially if it's not been trimmed properly of its various ports, shall we say?
Yes.
It gets a bit tubular. That's not pleasant.
Also true of heart. I am actually a huge fan of heart, like venison heart, deer heart, elk heart. Yeah. Oh man. And then chicken hearts are great. The thing I look forward to during Thanksgiving and Christmas is when the turkey comes with the heart. Oh, that's good eating right there. And then
I'll do hot.
The best of all livers. Look at this decadent piece of awesome, Sam.
That we get an awful lot of bad rap. It's animal abuse. No, it's not. The geese love their life.
Yeah. So what? I force fed something to get to the point where its organs were this overinflated and delicious.
See, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you don't like force feed them, if you don't super overfeed them, it actually makes a finer foie gras.
Really? Just not as big?
The only reason that people were overfeeding them and all that kind of thing is to
Ooh.
try and get more foie gras per animal. It was literally a a decadent capitalist fucking luxury.
Gilcott, I was like, do you think the heart contains their courage? Because not so much. No.
Don't eat chicken hearts if you want courage.
Right? Hold on. Is this a foie gras in jelly?
What we're going to try to do.
What do they call it? What's it?
Aspic.
Aspic, yeah. Is this an aspic
No,
foie gras?
Uncle Gut means it's been cooked in a dish.
To
Kind of
produce
like a
jelly?
casserole.
Look at the bottom, man. It's
No, that's
Yeah.
it's jelly,
that's all the
Sam.
grease.
All right,
That's all
let's
the
play.
grease.
Let's play, Polly. Is it Jello?
Right?
This is-
It does look like it's been glazed with something. I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure what.
What are those things on top?
It might be pomegranate or chickpea. it's too
no,
small to
not
be chickpea.
pomegranate. It's not the right color for pomegranate.
Of all potato, thank you for the $4. And yeah, you do. Churchill's still alive right now, so, you know. Thank you, Prime Minister. Polly, I want to know what I did wrong that was so annoying to get my wrench taken away. I don't need it back. I just want to know so I can do it again. You know, just to annoy you more.
Good man.
No, you. I don't, son of a bitch. It was that attitude right there that cost you your spanner, buddy. It was. I don't even know. I don't remember taking it from you. I'm gonna blame Far and Sam. They have
What?
Editorial control on my channel.
No,
You know you do.
do I?
Yeah, it's so you can respond to messages and stuff because people aim comments at you two
Yeah.
and then you don't reply to them because you're ignorant.
But I can't
dare
take
you.
their wrenches away.
Yeah, you can.
No, I
Yeah, we
can't.
can.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
I'm like specifically looking at it right now. No, I cannot.
Don't make me give it to you twice.
Like, no, I'm looking at the options. Go to channel,
Higher than
report, or
nickel.
block. That's it. That's it for the people that have wrenches. If they don't have a wrench, go to channel, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel. That's it. I don't have those options.
This is a pretty
I don't know
elaborate
what the
lie,
fuck you're
Far.
talking about. I'm not fucking lying.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
You really want that? Yeah. You know what? You know what? Fuck you. I'll show you right now. Fuck you.
I don't have any pictures. What are you talking about? Send them. I'll look.
I am fucking screen sharing. Look.
Not on my channel, you're not. I don't see it.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna send these pictures or just keep bullshitting?
I'm not fucking bullshitting.
Sam, what the hell?
What?
Well, what am I gonna do? She won't send the pictures. I can't go ahead if she doesn't.
If I don't, oh my fucking god, Polly.
Don't ask me, man. I'm just sitting here and enjoying my coffee while you two argue.
Oh my fucking god. I
You know what it
fucking
reminds
hate
me of,
you.
Polly? It reminds me of home.
Dark Side, isn't that sounds dirty? Well, stop watching tell-all stories about Miranda Sings.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
god, did you have to? Oh, I've been trying to avoid that shit all fucking week.
I didn't even know who this person was until,
Huh?
yeah, like a few days ago. I'm ignorant on the OG period of YouTube in a big way. Is I still get lost and still am lost on when anybody ever watched Gary, Steve, John. What's his name? Frank?
Fred?
I still don't understand Fred. I don't get it. That motherfucker had a movie.
Oh,
He had 3 movies.
He had 3 movies.
But
Yeah,
look,
three.
I sent you proof, you fucker.
Holy shit, Far.
What?
Here are my buttons. Push them.
I'm fucking fucking proving a point.
That your buttons are easily pushed? Boy,
No.
accepted.
No. The fact that
I
I
concede the
cannot
point.
give wrenches. We'll take them away.
You didn't so much walk into this one as run into it full tilt.
I don't give a fuck.
How will anyone know my spectrum
sure?
status otherwise? It's fine. Well, look at Platy back here. I didn't even notice this. Far your own wife minutes ago. Polly is pushing all the buttons. I mean, my God. See, this is why you're going to love having me living with you. I'm a delight. I've also been told I'm precious.
With every passing day, you really become an actual older brother. Polly. What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
He means delight in the sense of angel delight, i.e. it needs to be whipped before being served.
Oh, Baby Yaga, how's it going? Glad to have you here. Come on in, grab a seat, get your drink orders in. And Platy says, take my wrench. I love BG, it's kind of slipped off here. It's like, oh, there it is. If annoying Polly was enough to lose your wrench, mine would be gone long ago. Indeed. BG's had a wrench since, oh man, like a third of the way through comic book curation. I think it's been several years. And that son of a bitch has had it coming for a while.
He needs a different kind of wrenching.
Right? Taking away BG's wrench won't fix it. Now, a different kind of wrenching from behind in a dark alley. That's, you know, hey. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Dylan Disappointed Demon. Thank you for the $1. I mean, I'm glad. I got in at the bar, but it was later than I expected. Disappointed.
Oh, my day is ruined and my disappointment is immeasurable.
What? Oh, what's to be disappointed in? Look at this, you know, small illegal speakeasy that we hang out in the hood of the hood. I mean, Noir City's one giant hood, and we're in the shadiest district of it, so yeah. We're cops dumping bodies over on Canal Street, which isn't an actual canal, which confuses the tourists that we probably shouldn't be getting here.
Yeah, why do we keep getting tourists? Do they know what it's like here?
No.
I mean,
otherwise, they wouldn't be coming
obviously
here.
they don't,
Well,
right? But what are they being told? Who's lying to them?
See, that's the same question I ask every time I hear that France is the most visited country on the planet. It's like, why? Why? I live here. Why are you coming here? Like, we appreciate your custom, but Jesus.
They're coming for the croissant.
Get out.
That's it.
Yeah, you know,
So they could have that experience of going up to a fucking bakery and being like, one croissant.
croissant.
Yeah. They can say it without sounding like they're a douchebag.
I mean, I know I look forward to walking into a traditional French deli and saying, hello, Akbar, can I get a croissant? Without pork, of course, because I know that's haram.
Funnily enough, a bacon croissant is one of the most delicious varieties.
I could see it. I could easily see
cheese and
that.
bacon. Oh,
Yes.
It's just good stuff.
Yeah, ham and cheese croissant.
Yeah, ham and cheese.
Yeah, toast it.
Bacon and cheese.
It's great. Just don't buy them at airports. They fucking overcharge.
Oh, for God's sakes, Polly.
What?
Polly. No.
Well, okay, why I looked this up is because I said every fat lady who thinks she's a fucking revolutionary. So you guys know what I'm talking about there. I mean, my God, really? Fat acceptance. Let's go burn some buildings down. Careful. Fat's flammable.
I'm going to attach a flamethrower to my mobility scooter.
Giving Mobility Mary a whole different meaning of life.
So Sam's talking about the riots that are going on over, and largely Parisian, but spread throughout the country and even into Belgium.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I've been following it as closely as American can, like meaning it's not like they're talking about it over here, Sam. I'm having to go to the internets to find out more, if you know what I mean. For not local, but at least European, generally based news. Not Britain, because Britain isn't part of Europe. I'm sticking to that. One place I agree with the Britons. And this is fucking Independence Day weekend. Be happy I'm agreeing with you about anything. I got my bayonets fixed to skewer an Englishman. You got it coming. But yeah, on that point, they're right. Anyway, riots are going on over in France and over... Well, we don't want to delve into this because we don't do politics here, but over not enough, damn it. It's going on over not enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's just call them Les George riots. Les George Floyd riots. It's
Floydien.
Is there a French version of George, or is it just George?
George.
Yeah, okay. See, it kind of stuck the same. It's such a classically English, and I mean full-on British English name and whatnot. And I when a name comes out...
Georg?
No, not Nordic.
All I could think of...
Jorg in the fjord. No. What
all
for?
I could think of, right, is that, well, what are they rioting over? Are they rioting over the fact that there is now a song in existence where they rhyme George Floyd with Metroid? Because I'd be rioting too. Just saying. Because, yeah, that exists.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everyone.
See, the thing is the riots were ready to happen. They just needed an excuse. That's what's happening.
Yeah, and what better excuse than Fall Out Boy's we didn't start the fire? Good choice.
Do you know how much I despise that song?
It's which version of it?
The
There's two of them now.
The quote-unquote original one. I hate that song so much. It just...
With a burning passion.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't start the riot. Okay, we might not have started the riot, but Sam, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We will jump off into a little bit of the thing that we talked about, but we're going to do it live. We'll do it fucking live. Let's make fun of some lyrics. Harry Truman, Doris Day. Harry Truman, sorry, Doris, rest in peace. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio, Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon. Fuck, you guys suck. You suck, Billy Joel.
Yeah, but he doesn't suck nearly as much as Fall Out Boy. Just saying.
Well, okay, but that's...
You cannot get better than ending your fucking thing with saying, oh yeah, 2 towers, another plane.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it does end that way.
Yeah, they ended it with the fucking 9/11.
You know, I was just about to say, like, Far, you can say that about anything. It's like, hey, well, you know what? Joseph Stalin's worse, but then, fucking Billy Joel mentions Joseph Stalin, for God's sake.
Yeah, but he didn't, mention anything about those pesky towers, and literally ended it with that.
Wait, is it Einstein, James Dean? What did they provoke somebody to? What did David Crockett ever do? Disneyland? Like, it's just the song. It's just all over the... I'm going to name things that are currently known in pop culture. My name's Billy Joel. Alabama?
I mean...
Are you talking about, like, Alabama and its reputation during, like, the 1960s civil rights push? Is that what you're talking about, Billy Joel? When you wrote this song in the mid-'80s or whatever the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?
Nothing quite so deep.
Ben-Hur? Prince Ben-Hur? Or are you talking about the movie? Or are you talking about General Lew Wallace's book?
He's talking about the movie, Polly. Let's be real.
Yeah, I don't think he knew it was a book. It's Belgians in the Congo. At least that's something controversial. Well done. And Chubby Checker, what did he ever do? And you two, quit. I mean, you already are as shitty as 80 artists. Why are you naming other ones? Yeah, I'll say it. They suck.
What,
Yeah.
you two? Yes?
Pope Paul? Who's that? Did you mean John Paul II? I think you missed the first and last part, bro.
Well, they needed it to fit in, unlike Fallout Boy, who just did not give a fuck about it.
British politician sex? Well, I think they do. Are you referring to something specific, though?
And then you have
God, but do we have to
JFK
think
blown
about
away, which I'm still disappointed in Fallout Boy for, because they had the same basic line, but they didn't put it in the same fucking place. They missed their opportunity.
Wheel of Fortune.
They had
and
it there.
AIDS. Okay.
I missed it. Just, yeah, fun fact, that line Shinzo Abe blown away, so, you know.
At any rate, that is what we're going
Live
to
with
try
that.
to do.
Oh my God, Valines. All right, let's go home, guys. Fuck. It's a long way to come back just to have to leave. Gamer Valine, thank you for the 350. Thank you, Valine. You didn't have to edit time travel relevant picture. Looking at you, first edition Catcher in the Rye, to every item listed in time so that the song as graded assignment. To that song as a graded assignment. Huh. Gamer Valine's reading Catcher in the Rye. Now,
Yeah.
if she starts ranting and raving about how everyone's a phony, duck.
right.
You don't need to read the book to heed the advice. Just saying.
And we will have to duck quite low. We'll have to hit the deck.
Nice, Sam. Up top. Woo! Everyone get flat. It's Valine's shooting. Holy shit, she's got a gun.
Everybody do the flop.
What bugs me is just like, okay, Billy Joel, if you wanted to write a song about your frustration or lots of things going on in the world, you didn't really have a particular point, like other than the world's full of bad stuff right now, and I feel like I'm being inundated by it. That's a fine purpose for a song. Lots of people talk about that. We're fuck, the world's going to hell. Hell in a handbasket, your grandpa might say. Yeah. But I would say, we didn't start the fire.
Yeah.
It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. But when we are gone, it will still burn on and on and on and on and on and on. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. So am I to construe from this as a fucking protest song? It's not about your frustration with the world. So random shit. I just want to be clear about something. You tried to fight Einstein? Why? What? You tried
Just know, Billy Joel, that for every blow you land, he will strike back with an equal and opposite force.
I don't get it at all. Like you tried to fight Ben-Hur and Einstein. This is becoming anti-Semitic, man. What the hell? Why are you trying to fight all these Jewish people? Ancient, modern. What is it with you? He tried to fight Princess Grace. Why? What did the Princess of Monaco ever do? What the fuck? I just.
Well.
Well.
It's not so much what, but who.
Well, I want to know what Peter Pan did to deserve his ire.
Now he's beating children. Fuck.
Yeah.
This man's got some anger issues.
Yeah, right?
No, I get the Profumo affair, as it's called, the Profumo case and the sect. No, I get it, but he tried to fight it. Did he? No, he didn't. You're just and Marlon Brando. I mean, okay, he was a little weird, but I don't think there's a reason to punch him. And Eisenhower's dead. You punching dead people now?
That's the best kind of people to punch.
And
People that won't
Liberace,
punch back.
you're gay bashing?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it, he's got everything else in here.
Leave Liberace alone.
See, Thomas, thank you
But
for the
look, I'll give
dollar.
him one thing. Sorry, no, you continue.
All right. How does one duck around Valine? She's as tall as your shin, and no one can duck below that. I don't know. People can duck pretty low. As low as my shin.
But look,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give Billy Joel this, right?
Uh-huh.
At least this is somewhat in chronological order.
I beg to differ.
Somewhat.
Okay.
No, I'm saying somewhat,
All
right?
right.
Like, it's debatable whether it's completely, but just as a general concept, you know, For the most part, chronologically speaking, it's okay.
Yeah,
Fall Out Boys is all over the place. Like,
Ben
it's just
Hur was a
absolutely
few
all over the place.
millennia before James Dean, for
Well,
example.
that's the movie, though.
The movie.
Like, we both know that's what he's referring to.
Okay, but that movie was in the 50s.
Yeah, and again, that's what I mean. It's like, it's generally speaking chronologically sound, but probably not completely. Yeah, no, you can't say that for the Fall Out Boy cover, which I use cover liberally here because that's not a cover, that's a redo.
That's really got you, isn't it?
No, it is. It has fucking gotten me because why the fuck call it a cover when it is completely fucking different, except for what, the chorus?
But that's not enough.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking different. That's a
Never
complete
enough.
fucking
Polly.
redo.
Never enough.
Hold on, wait. I was confused. So you're saying like a cover should be very close and it's too far away?
Yes.
I've never heard anyone say that before. I've heard lots of people complain, including myself, about like, why would you do a note for note cover? I listened to one today and we'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah, I'm not saying note for note, but like, it's at least consistent, right? Lyrically speaking.
Right, okay.
Right? Like, yeah, make a few changes here and there, but that's about it. No, it's just the wording of it. It's not the same. The only part that's the same is the chorus. They even had the same fucking line about Shinzo Abe blown away, JFK are blown away, but they put it in a completely different spot. Like,
They went
why
with
would you do that?
Shinzo Abe. They dragged Shinzo Abe into this. Wow.
Yeah. But it's just completely different things, and it's like, why? Why? It's a redo. That's not a cover at that point. That's just completely redoing the whole thing.
Well, see, again, I find that interesting because most people complain that the song is like too damn close. You should have taken it, even if you add new lyrics to it, etc. I've never heard anyone actually make the complaint that it's too far away. That's interesting.
Well, even if you add new lyrics to it, like just tack on on a paragraph, like a fucking like verse or something in there. I don't care if you do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care, but it's like once it becomes this, where it's just like the majority of it is just not even the same. No, that's not a cover. I don't care. That's not a fucking cover.
You mean like when they do, when they update movies for a modern
Yes.
audience and it's completely and totally
Yeah.
not the same thing? Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not a redo. That's something else. You know, that's loosely based on whatever it's supposed to be remaking.
In the business, I believe it's referred to as a hack job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Garen Verleen's got a point
Fall Out
here.
Boy
It's
made a
like
hack job.
Fall Out Boy goes from Rodney King to the Arab Spring and then back to Michael Jordan. Billy Joel at least covers a single decade between the chorus. Yeah, I hear your point there.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was trying to get at. You know, like at least this is somewhat consistent. The Fall Out Boy one is just all over the fucking place. Like to the point of where you're rhyming George Floyd with Metroid, and then Kurt Cobain and Pokemon.
I think it's
Which
hitting
I
the
thought
same.
you'd never hear that one.
I mean, Verleen's got a point, and so do you, Far, about like the extent of it. Okay, but I would argue that they're on the same general thrust. It's difficult to imagine how you're doing much more than just naming things. And since you are just naming things, why don't you confine it a little bit more, considering the entire population of items that you're naming are fucking random references anyway? Not completely random. They're random within a... you could have named anything that was pop culture and contentious. But again, a lot of these things aren't even contentious at all. You know what I mean? Like James Dean? What, contentious over safe driving, perhaps?
Yeah, it's a set that is defined by the delimitations of the set. It's not a set of anything, really.
No, so I was listening to a cover today that was so bad. I can't take this. I need to go listen to the original
I
to...
can't take it anymore. I'm sorry, I had to.
What song is that?
We didn't start the fight.
Oh. Is there a part in there where it says we can't take it anymore?
Yeah, I can't take it anymore. Then it leads into the chorus.
What can't you take anymore? Crappy pop
listening
song
shit
writing?
off.
Fucking Billy?
I think he just can't take listing shit off anymore and turning it into a song.
How difficult it is to be a well-known artist with loads of money in the modern era where I don't have to worry about like violent crime or starvation.
And this is
like,
Billy Joel. It's not like he's like don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Billy Joel across the board. New York State of Mind, incredible song. That's an incredible modern blues song done in his own, I don't know what you'd call it, adult contemporary. I don't think that's right. I don't really know what to call his style of music. Like, yeah, I mean, sometimes he writes pop songs, no question, so it's obviously pop, but like New York State of Mind is a great laid back piano track. It's a fucking fantastic lyricism in it, like for the style. I love it. I'm not even a fan of his music. It's just, you gotta, good is good, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, the guy's obviously got talent. Somebody said a little bit earlier, it's like, oh, Polly, I hate that song too. It's such a fucking earworm. Oh, my friend, you want to talk about Billy Joel earworms? Let's talk about Uptown Girl. My God. She's been living in a downtown world.
I did a dance. That's like the first dance routine I ever did to that fucking song.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for you. I hope you had an instrumental version of it.
My entire fucking life. No, not an instrument. It's just straight up the song.
So the whole time you were developing and practicing, you had to listen to that song over and over again?
Yep.
Fuck. That sucks.
So that's stuck in my head forever.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that's just, ingrained in my mind.
I can't decide which I hate more, Uptown Girl or Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
Those are... Wow.
Thankfully,
Those
I
are
never had Wake Me Up Before You Go Go as like a dance routine song. Thank fuck, because I don't know if I could have lived with myself if that was the case.
Amen.
Just Uptown Girl.
Hey, DK 217. Hello, Polly. I'm drunk. Greetings from Canada, and greetings to you. Gotta hate on you at least for the next few days because Commonwealth and whatnot. It's
Hey.
Well, I'm sorry. It's true far. It won't last though.
The Commonwealth won't last? Jesus.
Well, that's not what I meant, but yes. It's a self-yeet.
Okay.
Don't look at me.
Uh-huh.
So we were talking about, or I was talking about a cover that I couldn't take today. Can't Hurry Love. I was listening to Phil Collins' cover of it. Phil Collins, why did you do that? I'm not saying don't do it. Okay, I'm not saying that Motown, fucking amazing genre of music unto itself, and it's just a record label. Became synonymous with the city of Detroit. Amazing material coming out of Motown. Supremes, you can't hurry love. No, you'll just have to wait. Fantastic fucking song. Performed amazingly by the Supremes. Phil Collins, you ain't the fucking Supremes. You need to do it in your own way, and he doesn't. He does a note for note cover of it. Why?
Yeah.
You should have flipped it up, Phil Collins. You're an amazing writer, an amazing drummer, etc. Why the fuck didn't you change it up a little? Something. It's terrible. I just had to get this Englishman trying to sound like a black woman from Detroit. It's just weird.
I greatly prefer my Icelandic blues.
Hey, whoa, whoa. Pump your brakes, kid. It's Kalo forever, all right?
Hey, I ain't hating on Kalo. I'm just appreciating the irony.
When the Icelanders sound more American than the Britishmen, yeah.
Well, to be blunt, when the Icelanders sound... Well, I'm going to leave that alone for you. I might have been targeting a protected group there, so I'll just be careful. I'm sorry. What do you want? You want me to lie and say that they're doing a better job than you? It's true. They are. Facts is facts. Anyway, this is the thing. Okay, Phil Collins. It's not like the guy can't do deep songs. Lots of people are big fans of what's that song?
In the Air Tonight.
Yeah, in the air tonight.
God.
Soulful, deep, haunting.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Cadbury ad. Yeah.
Sadly sold to a candy bar company, apparently. It was.
Well, yeah. The ad where, they have the gorilla playing the drums to Phil Collins.
I mean, you can't hear that particular drum pattern and not immediately think of that song.
I think of the ad.
Thank you very much, C. Thomas, for the dollar. Sounding like a black woman from Detroit. You mean unhinged? No, this was like not. We're talking about the past, man. Like current to 1940. No, it's. Damn it, C. Thomas.
Oh, God.
You know what?
So should we move on?
Yeah, we can move on. I was just in a little bit more saucy and a vaguely more organized style. Sam and I were tossing back and forth, right, Sam? The idea of we're going to do a video series where we
Yes.
songs that particularly annoy us. Where am I the only one hearing these lyrics? Like that kind of vibe. Like this is a burr under my saddle in a big fucking way. It's a rock in my boot. This is another cowboyisms. This
Snake in my boot.
yeah.
This is a flub in my drum.
It's an asp in my 5-gallon hat. It's an actual caterpillar larva in my mezcal. It's just terrible.
This is a tapeworm in my tater.
Oh, God.
And nobody else seems to realize it. Or when you do point it out, people are like, wow, who hurt you? This song hurt me. Don't look at me like I'm the weird one here. This is and the point of the video series will be Sam and I making our cases for various songs. No spoilers. But when I named, I know the very first song I say to Sam, this is the first song I'm going to do. I've got it fucking focused. And I name it. And Sam's like silent. Like with
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
Like, when are you going to say something surprising? Because you had already heard me bitch about this song. Like, yeah, I know number one. And other tracks as well. I got a list going, Sam. So it's like, yeah, we should. And then Sam had some good ideas too. It's, yeah, we're going to get on that.
You wrote them down because I've spaced on them.
I did. I did.
Wonderful.
Let's see. Come on, you.
I hate a lot of songs.
So do I. It's just, again, the particular thing is that not many people pay attention to the lyrics, and a lot of people say, oh, I didn't even notice those lyrics. I was just listening to the music. That's fine. Don't pay attention to them, because if you do, you might get mad, because I have. Who is this for?
It's really... right?
This is like the theme song for X. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you actually wrote a song for these people? Because it seems like you did. Like they needed a theme song or something. And they're annoying, detestable individuals. Why would you? No spoilers. Gamer Valine, thank you for the tree fitty. Because Billy Joel wasn't naming solely contentious things. He was naming major events and people. Einstein died in the 1950s. Slang in 1989 is different, and Ben-Hur was one of the largest sets ever. It was, and that upset Billy Joel?
I think it was more just listing like events in general.
That's what we didn't start the fire, and most of these things aren't things that are on fire, Billy, is my point, Valine. Like I don't think the song is as organized as people give it credit for being. It's one of those, it's like Macklemore and Love is Love. Oh, way to step out on a fucking limb there, buddy. Well done. Yeah.
Oh, God, this is like the Kesha. Is it Kesha? We Are Who We Are. Like, no shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
We fucking know Kesha, and that's why we don't like you.
If you want to write like a feel good song about like, you know, I'm trying like a good example right around the same time as We Didn't Start the Fire, like if it's 89, if that's the actual time the song came out, Valine. Engineer, how's it going? The history of misheard lyrics. No, they're not misheard. They're properly understood, my friend. I'll have you know. What else could she or he possibly mean by this other than this thing that I'm bitching about? You know, that's, hey, fuck it. Why not? I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. There's this giant spider just sitting on the wall on the other side of the room, and I got to go over there and take care of it.
All right.
What was I just saying, though? I'll get over there. Yeah, 8 legs. I'm coming for you. Oh, move now. Yeah. You could sense I was talking about him. He was using a spider sense, as it were. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. You want to talk about a song that's like, you know, We Start the Fire and Deep Feeling, and it's from the same general era as 89. Look at Man in the Mirror, Michael Jackson. Incredibly well sang. Fantastically written song. Jackson didn't write it. His a writing partner working for... I forgot the artist's name. Was the one who wrote it for him, but when he read it, he rarely sings songs he didn't write. Jackson doesn't, and it's an outstanding fucking track, and it's about things that are just going on in the world and how to not look them over and start with yourself. I'm starting with the Man in the Mirror, etc. Fantastic song, deep, great. Billy Joel, you failed, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I appreciate the lyrical value of Man in the Mirror, but I don't enjoy listening to it. There's something about
I
it
don't
that
really
just, I don't know. The sound doesn't sit right with me.
Really?
But that's a purely musical. On a purely musical basis, the lyrics are absolutely gold. They are. But
Do you
I don't know.
not like Jackson generally, or just that song? I don't think I've ever talked about Michael Jackson with you.
No, we haven't discussed Jackson actually.
No.
I do like a fair few Michael Jackson songs, but there's just a handful, like the Earth song. All right. The epic quality of the song is fantastic.
Yeah.
Lyrically, I couldn't give a fucking rat's ass.
Yeah, I'm not playing that when I'm listening to the album. There's certain, don't get me wrong, there's things I jump over. I know a bunch of people that are a huge fan of Liberian Girl, and I'm like, why?
He's very quiet.
See, Thomas, thank you for the $1. You know, a selection of songs that is an annoying theme song for annoying people. Anything Lady Gaga did, and the Alphabet Soup Mafia. One of my favorite things ever is when somebody was asking Madonna what she thought of current female artists out there that were around her age. And then I think what the interviewer meant to say but didn't want to say out loud was, you know, pushing or above 30, but acting like they're 19 to 21 for their whole career. You know, like you did, Madonna. But I think that's what she was asking, because, I mean, remember the other day, we were looking at the video, like, a few weeks back, we were looking at the video for Papa Don't Preach.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of nerve to pretend to be a high school senior when you're 28 years old. But singing a song from a young teenager's perspective about being pregnant, and then there you are in the video with Danny Aiello. I mean, don't get me wrong, great video, a catchy as hell song. Before Madonna was creepy, and you had Danny Aiello in the video, so you know, big win. Totally overrated actor, or not overrated, overlooked actor. Yeah, and that's the video where we found out that Neil McCulley, infamous bank robber, had knocked up Madonna.
Yeah, he was Papa.
No, he was the mechanic. Oh, he's new Papa. That's right. He was the mechanic.
Yeah.
What a creepy coincidence that was. Holy shit. So I started a whole new headcanon about it.
Oh, that's not a headcanon. That's just straight facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that guy's name again? Because I get the feeling when I short talk shit like that, people in chat are like, Holly's drunk and high again. No, I'm not. I'm sober as a Mormon over here. Ish.
Sure.
I
believe
Someone's
you.
not been to Salt Lake.
Can we? I'm just gonna bring up a tab here to. There we go.
Oh,
We'll come back to that in a second. I just wanted to.
Squirrel!
Actually, I think I have a tab open for this already. Give me a quick second.
While the thoughts in my mind, I heard Lady Gaga do an acoustic rendition of Poker Face, and I didn't absolutely hate it. She should stick to doing that, because that's where her strength lies. Unfortunately, it probably doesn't sell as many records.
Yeah. It doesn't have the electronic dance sound to it. But that interview where Madonna is being asked, so what do you think about the artists out there today? I don't think that the interviewer expected that. I don't think the interviewer expected Madonna to go, like, honest. It's just like, well, what do you think of, like, Lady Gaga? Because there's another female artist who's doing generally pop material, etc., and attempting for a global market and whatnot. So vaguely, generally, in a very wide open way, similar to Madonna. And she goes, well, it's derivative.
Oh.
Whoa! It's
How
hot in the
fucking
shade
dare
today. It's just... And you know what, Madonna? You're right. Her music is highly derivative of you and the disco from which you stole most of your ideas. I agree.
Round and round we go.
Well, I don't really... I don't... I'm just saying is all. How bent out of shape Lady Gaga got? And she goes, why? Because of this one song where we use the same riff with the same progression that's been used in disco since the mid-70s. And it's like, yeah, but Madonna started in the late 70s and she was very much in the disco realm of things. Yeah, that's exactly what she was saying. Your whole style is derivative of her. And she's not wrong.
Well, right down to the fucking pseudo... I don't even want to call it pseudo-Catholic, but like... referencing Catholic material in a irreverential manner.
I thought you were going to say pseudo-feminism, but both those things. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like women's empowerment in such a bizarre way, but not doing it, in my opinion, nearly as interestingly. What's the name of the song? Don't go for second best. Put yourself to the test. You know you got to make him respect yourself or whatever. And then you'll know your love is real.
I think it is respect yourself.
Respect yourself. Watch the video for that and just press mute. Okay. And then watch Lady Gaga's video for Born This Way. Try and tell me that.
Barbie feminism.
Good. Nice name. Nice name. And I'm not even saying don't do it. It's just paper thin. That's all. And I don't think they were trying to be particularly deep about it. It's Born This Way. It's like, wait a minute. Is that feminist or is that pro LGBT? It's whatever you want. Buy the record. Play me on Spotify.
Consume the product.
Yeah. Lady Gaga's best performance ever as the waitress at the diner in Sin City 2.
Oh, God, she was in that.
Uh-huh. Most people forget, but no, yeah. And her without makeup. And it's just good. Like, because you don't look like a... What, Sam? Puerto Rican whore?
Well,
is that over the top?
Without wanting to make reference to her former line of work.
Yes.
Sam.
What? She's very open about it. It's no secret.
Thank you, Evolved Potato, for the $2. I physically cannot move. I have a dog in my chair, and its head is resting on my leg. If I die here, tell Polly he's a furry and he needs to cut down on the food at inflation pot.
Wow.
Godspeed, Evolved Potato.
I like how she'll read that one out, but not the one that got sent to her.
Oh, God.
There she is in Sin City 2. Lending $1 to Guy. What's his name? Goes by 3 names. He's been in a lot of things. He's part of Christopher Nolan's stable of steady actors.
Oh,
Brian Lloyd Johnson. That's totally not his name. Larry Cravats Henderson.
I'm having a mental crap out on the name.
The fuck is his name? He was in Inception. He was Dom, played by Leonardo DiCaprio's right-hand man. Always rocks with his hair slicked straight back. He was the gambler in Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For. Chat, come on. Fucking hell. That's who she's handing the $1 to, but you can't fucking see it in any one of these pictures. It's sad. And I mean, seriously, people think like Puerto Rican hookers a little too... are you sure?
I don't know.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Thank you, Gamer Valine.
There we go.
It was like reaching for that fucking itch that you're chasing around your back and then you finally catch up with it. You know what I'm talking about. Like it.
Honestly, I wish she'd do more of this, like of that look than like the melted down Marilyn Manson look. There's only one person that can pull off the Marilyn Manson look.
Wow.
And that's Marilyn Manson.
Like that right fucking there?
Yeah.
That.
Wow. Well, you just said melting down Marilyn Manson. My eyes just landed at that very moment on this, and I was like, holy shit, lady. Sam's got your number.
Yes.
And it's me trying to be Madonna? What do you mean? Yeah, you're trying to be Madonna. What? I just accept it. You know what you're doing. And if you don't, use ignorant.
Again, like she's had three good looks so far, in my opinion. There's the Sin City look, which I don't think is all that bad.
No,
It
I
suits
don't
her
either. I'm just cracking
Italian
jokes.
heritage.
It's just
Yeah.
it's not like she can't actually sing. She can. And I've had a bunch of people point that out to me too. It's like, have you ever heard her do just her and a piano? Yes, I have. And it's depressing because she has, talent. And all of the pageantry and costumes and everything else are just to be eye-catching. And
She oversings. That's her big problem. She tries to sing bigger than her voice is, and she's not Ariana Grande. Sorry. She's got her own thing that she's good at, and she should stick to it. And it's a tragedy that she doesn't.
oh, pop music. It's such a quandary.
I don't even actually mind Lady Gaga. That's the weird thing about this conversation, I guess. Like, I don't mind it, but yeah, I would really rather that she didn't go down certain routes that she obviously does go down. You know? That would be great.
All right, let's talk about Mormon tea.
Oh. That's a
God.
complete change of topic.
Yeah, I don't even know why I opened this as a tab, but I was just talking there and Sam was giggling. I said, oh, let me just make a note for myself here. Don't you find it weird that it's called Mormon tea? I find that very odd.
Why is it called Mormon tea?
Why is it called Brigham tea? Like after Brigham Young, again, the Mormon thing right there. Or ephedra tea, which is really what it has. It's a tiny little bush that grows out in the on the way to the Salt Lake Valley. Maybe that's why. So it's a little bush like this, right? You can cut it down and make tea out of it, right? For a little herbal infusion. And it's full of ephedra, natural ephedrine. So you want to get high as fuck off some bush tea. Here you go. So why is it called Mormon tea? Oh.
Because they get high on it. It's the only thing they're allowed.
Popularized by Moses and Co.
Uh-huh. That's what the burning bush was.
Oh, very good. You got it.
Yeah.
No, it's a funky looking little plant, really, isn't it?
It is. It's. I mean, this one looks. Mormon tea, Brigham tea, the ephedra plant that stimulates weight loss. Oh, whoa, hold on. No, it's just.
Oh, wait a minute.
Goodbye. I don't want people. Will it? In the same way the pseudoephedrine will, but don't. It's bad weight loss. Don't do that, guys. This just.
We here at Noir Bar thoroughly disavow and discourage anybody from pursuing that for the purposes of weight loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Now everybody get your drink orders
Don't
in
do
and let's
that.
all smoke cigarettes.
Amen.
Yeah. It's good, healthy addictions or something. Ephedra will kick you up a
whatever
notch.
the fuck
Yeah.
that is.
What?
No, just saying better than whatever the fuck that would be.
Yeah. It's just not good. I mean, far.
Mhm.
It's like the people that, and there's sadly a bunch of them that are into dextroamphetamine for weight loss. And it's like, will it result in weight loss? Well, yeah, generally it does, not always, because it reduces appetite and
yeah.
increases your metabolism. That's not a good way to go. No, don't do that.
Don't do that. There's a reason why I can take it, and it's fine. Because my brain is fucked up. Yours isn't. Don't do that. Just saying.
Ask your doctor if sniffing paint is right for you.
Right? You might as well sniff paint before you start doing that.
It's called huffing.
Just fuck off. Well, yes.
Get down with the kids, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Turtle Bear, how's it
Hello,
going?
fellow kids.
Yeah. Vol Potato. Yeah, I'm doing weight loss the natural way. Starving myself. Yeah, it's not healthy either. But you know what? I would argue that, okay, unpopular opinion, drinking a whole bunch of Mormon tea to tamp down your weight and increase your metabolism artificially is probably healthier than just staying a big, fat, land-dwelling butter whale and claiming that you're healthy and not doing a goddamn thing about it.
Yeah.
Your joints are failing. You sweat when you eat. You can't walk up a flight of stairs without stopping to catch your breath. You're having to go to specialty clothing stores just to find things to wrap around your rotund form.
Your name rhymes with Lamberlin Bleed.
People are paying to get off on watching you eat. All sorts of shit is going on in your life.
You'd run off to the Middle East to go get married. Yeah, it's a wild ride being fat, apparently.
I'll have you know plenty of people go to Tel Aviv for their marriage rites, Far, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not talking about Tel Aviv.
Oh shit, I dropped the ball here. Mr. Blue, thank you for the $3 11 minutes ago. Whoops. I just read the first few words and I'm like, I know where this is going. I was a fan of Madonna. I used to like her early stuff. Borderline, when she went all into that Papa Don't Preach phase, I tuned out.
So did she.
That's not Mr. Brown. That's Mr. Blue's lines, because he's Mr. Blue from Reservoir Dogs. That's what he's saying when they're sitting at the table having breakfast at the diner.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I get caught up in the whole, guys being shot in the stomach and slowly but surely bleeding out. That's the shit I remember from that movie.
Yeah. That was Eddie Bunker, wasn't it? Who said that?
Oh, God.
It was. Holy shit. It was Eddie Bunker. For those of you who don't know, Eddie Bunker is a fucking interesting cat, man. This is the guy. You might know him better as Mr. Blue. This kind of guy. He also acted. There he is as Mr. Blue, literally, at the diner. I tuned out. An old Madonna phase. He's actually a career criminal. In addition to being an actor and a writer who wrote a really famous jailhouse book that became really popular with convicts and everybody else. And it really is quite good. And he was a convicted felon for multiple robberies, as well as a bunch of fucking robberies he was never fucking convicted of. So when he's writing stuff, it's the for real. Interesting character. As opposed to, he's not an actor that went and talked to real criminals who have really done it. No, he was just a criminal who became an actor. So, I mean, there's a twist.
He was the Danny Trejo before the Danny Trejo.
Excellent example. There you go. Now, if you need someone to play a Mexicali crook, Trejo's your man.
I gotta say, it's such a mental disconnect for me, because whenever I see him in interviews, he just seems like the sweetest guy.
Yeah. Don't let those full body tats confuse you, though. They'll shiv you in a second.
I hear he's done. I hear he's actually done a lot of good with like rehabilitating felons and such over the years.
Yeah.
Like that's his charity work stuff.
Super 21 with the Weibo legs. There we go. Thank you for the $3. Polly, consider turning into Snoot and the Misses on Sunday. Tuning into Snoot and the Misses on Sunday if you want to see fat women bitch and complain. Since the Tech Hobbit isn't making shows anymore, maybe you can get into that action. I don't know if I want to get into the fat lady action. Sin's pretty much got that market cornered, and I'm happy for him and happy to tune in and watch him. As for doing it myself, no. No. I've got a late night bar to run 80 years in the past. I got enough woes in my life, man.
Yeah, we experience sufficient gravity as is.
Manson's like, the bar opened this time. Yeah, well, but you're crazy late, though. That's what happens. Okay, Sam, Far, take over. I'll be right back. I gotta go get some more ice for my drink. I only put 2 cubes in there, and they're already gone because it's fucking hot in here. And
1 or 2 lumps.
Well, I needed about 5 at a minimum. What are you guys talking about?
Get your
That's a very
ice.
good question.
Well, I don't know. Sam cracked a joke, and Far's like, I'm like, what the hell's that a reference to?
Looney Tunes, actually.
Yeah.
What, 1 lump or 2 with the mallet on the head?
Yes.
Yeah.
Far, you know Looney Tunes?
I know some.
That was weird. It's the first time I've heard Far in like 5 years claim to know
I
Looney
don't know
Tunes.
all Looney Tunes. I know like some.
Are you a secret Looney Tunes lover?
Not really. Just
Okay, I'm gonna go get my ice. I'll be back. If I get back and the
I
bar's
love
burned
that.
down, I'll know who to look up. All right.
the French.
Well, yes.
No, he looks
They
down on
are
us.
Frenchmen, aren't they? Right, Sam? They're Frenchmen.
Why I oughta.
What is wrong with the French? Are the French okay?
Oh, let's not get into that. This channel will be shut down in negative 5 seconds.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
Ah. And probably we'll get back to that. Hopefully, when he comes back.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about.
Your game streams and such. I haven't managed to catch any of them lately. So give me a brief rundown. What you been playing for? What have you been up to?
Well, I've been attempting to play Splatoon when it was fucking letting me actually connect to anything.
Oh right.
So that was great.
Stray in that,
I-
or just Nintendo doing Nintendo things?
I think a little bit of both, honestly.
Little column A, little
In at
column
least
B.
one. So I had to take the one from yesterday down because I have to just clip some bits out. Don't worry about it. But in that one, I kind of figured out what was going on yesterday, at least. I had to turn the switch off and on again, and it
Oh,
fucking
wow.
fixed a part of it at least. So there's that. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, just your general connectivity issues. Yeah. Come to my fucking channel if you want to see just connectivity issue after connectivity issue.
Yeah, boy, howdy.
I-
You think we have technical issues here at Noir Bar? You should see what Far has to put up with on our game streams.
my
It is
God.
a riot. It's,
Oh
it's good
god.
stuff.
Well, at least when it's connecting to the internet like that. Thankfully, whenever it's the actual shit stuff, when I connect it, right? Usually nothing happens because no one is online on these games. No one is playing Nickelodeon Kart Racer 3 online. No one's doing it. Stop
Imagine my
making them
fucking
Nickelodeon.
shock.
Right? Stop making these fucking kart races available to be played online, Nickelodeon. There's no reason. There's no fucking reason for it because no one's playing it. Same with Garfield Kart. No one's fucking playing it.
Oh dear. Oh, real
but-
quick, he's probably already gone, but he just shouted out, Polly, Darth Mano, I'm getting sick, so I'm going to bed. Don't do anything to get this taken down before I wake up to watch it. We will absolutely try our best, Darth Mando,
Yeah,
and if you're still
no
listening,
promises.
No
No
if you're
guarantees.
still listening, or you're listening in the future, we bid you good night, and
good
get
night.
well soon.
Mm-hmm.
Should I quick scroll through chat here to see who's here? Obviously, we got Vol Potato, Pad Bear, Valine's been here for a minute. Dark Eyesism, hello. Mason Cornish, there's a name I've not seen for a little while. Welcome to the bar. Who else do we have? This upside down harlot hosting some wonderful links to our Streamlab donations and all that kind of thing. Remember, everybody, donations are not required at all. You can contact us, obviously, in the chat and in the comments section. Polly tries to get to as many comments as he can after the fact.
I
so,
do.
Yeah.
And speaking
there
of
he is.
Polly, you have a donation.
Oh, do I? Yay.
You do.
Hello, Odinhammer. How's it going? Good. Glad you could make it. Thank you for the 350. Hey, sorry I'm late. I just threw cringing over on Tim. Oh, just got through cringing over on Timcast. He was showing his authoritarianism side tonight. Not surprised. You know those people where it's like they say, I'm not a socialist, but I'm not a communist, but.
Oh,
Right.
God.
And what follows is a massive expansion of government. So, you know what? Well, I'll tell you how to solve that problem. What you need is a government service whereby, and they go on to describe a bureaucracy that would be self-sustaining, that would continue to just get it started, would require like 1,000 new federal employees. So why is the answer for you always more government, larger government with more government employees that will inevitably result in larger taxation just to pay for them? Did you ever think cut down on government as a solution? Did that ever occur to you?
You ever think of not doing exactly as what you're describing?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, I'm not a racist, but really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a socialist, but let me propose this idea that would just be right at home in Soviet Russia. Like, really? And Tim Pool is the worst for that. People have described him being an authoritarian and into tyranny. Like, I think the guy would get along, Sam, very well in, love for the king, bonbon, and the whole, like, in the court of the king, like, everything's about the centralized authority. I think I think Tim would fit right in there. I think he
very
would,
much so.
I think he'd be a great aristocrat. I don't think he'd be a great peasant. I don't think that's what he wants.
No, absolutely not.
I think he wants to be part of the court of Versailles. Like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the king rules everything and crushes everybody that fucks around even a little bit, and we get to eat the scraps that fall off His Majesty's table. That sort of shit. It's like, hey, this is an English monarchy. This is very much French monarchy. The difference? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The big problem I have with Tim Pool is that streak in combination with a bit of a blowing with the wind kind of character. And I'm not trying to say the guy's a weasel or anything along those lines. That's not how I feel about him. But no, it seems like certain subjects come up and it's like he doesn't seem to have a particular opinion of his own, so he seems to see which way, wait to see which way the wind's blowing, and then will either ride with that wind or go full contrarian for the sakes of being a contrarian. And it's like,
boom. Real quick change. Squizzy, thank you for the $3.33. What's up, Chucklecucks? Yeah, Mason and Squizzy the Cornish is late, but I fixed my PayPal, so I have some shekels. It's been a while since I stirred the pot a little. Nice. Pot stirring, welcome. Valine's not wrong. It's like I'm really sick of hearing about Tim Pool on every other channel that covers any semblance of social, economic, or legislative topics. Yeah, he's just one of them people out there, which is, I honestly think this is the first time I've offered an opinion on Tim Pool, who offers an opinion on everything, so irony afoot. But not many people point out what, the strong strain of tyranny. Valine, what does everybody say about Tim Pool? Fence sitter, right? That's the commentary. He's extreme centrist. He tries to appeal to everybody by sounding like he's saying something very loudly from a fence-sitting position. I guess I see what you're saying. I don't ingest that much Tim Pool, but I'm surprised that I don't hear that commentary more often. He's very comfortable with extreme power in government centered on a small group of people. Some people call that authoritarianism, and I think that it goes along the lines, like I said, love for the king, bonbon. I think he would be right along with that. And that's for some really anyone mentioned it, so I decided to respond to it. But I hear you. Too many people talk about Tim Pool, so we should move the fuck on. All right. Evolved Potato, thank you. Evolved Potato, thank you for the $3. I'm not a socialist, but I do agree with. Woo. Jessica Alba. And wait for it.
Sorry, what? I was looking at Jessica Alba.
Well, hold on. I got something for you. Wait. There it is. OBS is running.
God, I just read that.
Evolved Potato, thank you for the $3. I'm not a socialist, but I do agree with their eventual habit of killing other socialists. It's just their one redeeming feature. Yeah. All left-wing activists eventually are on some, you get the bullet too. It's true. Name a single communist government in the history of the world that didn't start out and then after success end up in a never-ending purity spiral, which really caught up a lot of their just political enemies. Think about Cuba, China, and the Great Leap Forward. Think about the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. Think about Soviet Russia and the Russian Revolution, May Day, 1918. Tell me that doesn't characterize it extremely well. A never-ending purity spiral that always happens to catch up their political enemies. They're a counter-revolutionary, right? I don't think it's an accident that it was written as one of the main features of what happened during the revolution at Animal Farm. You know what I mean? It immediately went after Snowball. You ever read Animal Farm? Far has, but
No, I actually haven't.
well, I thought it was. I thought you had. I thought you had seen the cartoon and shit.
Nope.
We three should do a
never
review
ceases-
of the cartoon. I don't know anyone that's done that on YouTube. I bet you somebody has, but we should too.
Ooh.
The animated
we could do
feature of
that.
Animal Farm is awesome.
You know what? It never ceases to amuse me that modern sort of neo-communists, I want to call them, usually make so many references to statistics and numbers and blah 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 blah, and that's why capitalism bad. And yet, statistically speaking, everything that you just described is communism.
Well, yeah.
Every time.
What were you saying, Far?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what I could have told you that I watched that you
I
were
know.
confused with Animal Farm, and I'm
I
like,
know.
I'm trying to think, right? It's like, I don't know what it would.
That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, really, you haven't?
Birth of a Nation, maybe?
Maybe that was.
Because
but
I had seen at least half of that,
that's a
and
commitment.
all I came away,
Whew.
for starters, it was in a modern history class, and all that we came away from it with was calling the horses cocaine horses, because that's what it looked like. They were on cocaine. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the class was doing a better job at ripping at it than actually paying attention to what the fuck was going on in the movie. So yeah, don't watch Birth of a Nation. I don't give a fuck if it's oh look, it's the first feature film. No. That honor goes to the Ned Kelly film, which is mostly lost at this point. Fuck you. We got there first. Don't watch Birth of a Nation, it's boring as shit.
It is boring as shit. I understand why in film class you would talk about it or whatever, or not just film class, just like modern media class or that sort of thing, because of its position in terms of filmmaking. You know what I'm talking about, Far? Because I do remember us talking.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I remember us talking about Birth of a Nation. It's like, yeah, okay, so I get his position, but it's you're not wrong. It's fucking boring as shit. Oh, Hammer.
We only watched half of it. That's the
I know.
wild
That's
part.
what.
We only watched half of it. and
Half of it's a
like,
commitment.
Again. And again, all I remember, cocaine horses. Because we were just laughing. Well, I was laughing at that anyway. Just fucking cocaine horses. I had to make my own entertainment.
Odenhammer, thank you for the $5. He sure had his opinions out on full display tonight, from you're not entitled to good health care to jail people who post porn on Twitter. Okay. Jesus.
I love God.
See, his show's directed. My show's supposed to be random. It's late night bar talk. It's a chill stream. What the fuck is he doing? Mentrix, thank you for the $5. If you add ice water to a hot dog, does it become a chili dog?
Boo.
I'm feeling a shake coming on.
Mentrix is good people. Not right now, but generally, yes. Silvio Dante's provolone. A gabagool to you too, sir. Thank you for the $3. Animal Farm is a book. No, it's not, Lana. It's an allegorical novella about Stalinism by George Orwell. And spoiler alert, it sucks. It's not a book, it's an allegorical novella.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just seeing this thing that Mason Cornish put in chat. Cocaine horses are the dominant forces. We've missed you, Mason. Welcome back.
Oh man.
I'm going to speak on behalf of Animal Farm. I think it's pretty fucking sweet. And interestingly, unpopular opinion, more predictive than 1984 is, because all it did was describe how the communist revolution happened. And lo and behold, every other single communist revolution follows that pattern, shockingly. So, I mean, it's predictive in just describing accurately what happens. And then they just play out the same fucking thing over and over again. Well, everybody says that's not the real thing. And fuck me.
It's almost like they're only ever reading from the one playbook.
Yeah. I'll add that.
I knew that.
Yeah. Okay, Sam, let's talk about guns for a quick second, okay?
Oh god.
Can we? Can we really?
Yeah, absolutely. So, let's talk about Aaron Cross's takedown gun in the Bourne Legacy.
Ooh.
This is the Nemesis Arms Vanquish. So it does take down.
What a name.
Yeah. So this is his takedown gun that he rolls out as kit. And there it be, yo. You always want to leave the scope attached to the barrel. Well, to the receiver ideally, but optimally to the barrel. Yeah, there are QD mounts for scopes, but an authentic return to zero, especially when it goes into a pack that's going on your back, are pretty low. But then again, this guy's got a budget that's through the fucking roof because he's Aaron Cross. So this would have been Operation Project Outcome. Yeah, Treadstone was Jason Bourne and Outcome was Aaron Cross. Anyway, movie lore aside, he's got this gun. And when it ships in a carbon fiber briefcase like this, which is, not gonna lie, it's pretty slick. It's pretty slick. That fucking thing is heavy, Sam. You wouldn't think from the size of it and the fact that it's a takedown gun that shit would be heavy, but it is. And it ain't.
How heavy are we talking?
Oh man, 9+ pounds.
That is pretty heavy.
Yeah. Want to find out? Let's find out. The Nemesis Arms Vanquish. It, of course, does make a difference whether or not it is, whether it's long action or short action, because I think it comes in like long action caliber, 300 Win Mag and whatnot, 7mm Remington Magnum, and then short action, when you cut out a length of bolt and receiver, it's going to be lighter, obviously. Nemesis Arms, the world's most advanced modular rifle system that's dramatically overpriced at the $4,000 or $5,000 mark for a bolt action gun. So
what's that about SIG rifles?
Right. Let's just our philosophy. I mean, it's don't get me wrong. It's slick, and it caught my attention because of how awesome it was. And it's like, look at it. Look at nondescript law enforcement guy deploying. What did you say on Twitter? Who'd you make fun of during Pride Month?
What?
I'm gonna put a hole in him.
What did you say? What did you say about me, you little shit? Don't you know I passed top of the class in Marine school? I got over 300 confirmed kills.
You're fucking dead, kiddo.
But considering how much more of a takedown gun this gun is, like, do you see how it's, bro, you didn't take that gun down at all. You just had the stock folded. But as we can clearly see right here, it does take down a little bit further than that, man. The barrel comes right out with that barrel nut on there, which is pretty cool. And instead of a folding stock, it's got the telescoping one. But this is the new gun that I've been, style of gun, I should say, that I've become quite enamored with as of late, because I'd like to get one. A Sig Cross. Is it the greatest gun ever? No. But once you fold it up, it's of comparable size in terms of form factor for a backpacking gun as the Nemesis is, but is going for $1,400.
It's very competitively priced.
Uh-huh.
Especially for a SIG.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. That's including the SIG tax, for God's sake. And it takes AI-compatible mags. So they are, and now SIG is, of course, famous for making their own proprietary magazines that they charge a lot of money for. Mm-hmm. I'm not bitter about what I had to pay for a 227 magazine. Shut up. But the point is, they went with Accuracy International, so like, standardized magazines, right? And look at this bad boy when it folds up. Oh, hell to the yeah.
That really is quite compact.
Yeah, huh? 7.5 pounds all in.
That's really good. That's really quite good.
Like I said, very much enamored with this guy. I'm digging it. And it's not a new gun. I knew it was out there, but the more I think about it, it's like, I think I need this in my life. How else can I deploy to lay out accurate shots in an urban environment? In Minecraft.
Yeah, of course. Of course. No, I on the subject, I have been Look, I know it's not the best rifle I've ever heard, really, but I've been really, really considering, thinking about maybe wanting to get an MR556.
What's an MR556?
Heavy gun.
Okay, well, let's look into it.
It's yeah.
Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Do, 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 do.
It is the
Oh, it's the H&K gun.
Yeah, it's based on the 416. It's the civilian market semi-auto
Okay.
of it. Main reason is because I never got the opportunity to train on the 416 because they switched out from the FAMAS after my time.
Mm-hmm.
And the 416 is a real nice gun. Like, it's a real nice gun.
This is H&K's piston gun, right? It's not direct impingement. This is one that can just, in full auto fire, do multiple mag dumps, and everything in the action is still cool as a cucumber. It's, impressive.
I think a lot of American law enforcement use the 416 when they're not using just straight AR platform. But
there's Green Badger Outdoors, the civilian version of the 416, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know it went by the trade name in the commercial market as the MR556. Fair enough. Cool.
Yeah, it's heavy. It clocks in close to 10 pounds.
Fuck me. For an AR-15 pattern? Good God.
Yeah. But that extra weight means that they're recoil. What's that?
Does it? So I'm assuming the upper and lower receiver are steel, not aluminum, to come in that heavy.
I believe that's the case. Yeah, I believe that's the case. I can't find a range around here that will rent me one, so that I can actually get the chance to shoot the damn thing. But I've been watching a good few videos and reading a bunch of reviews. Colin Noir has got a video out. I mean, Colin Noir's a fairly built guy, and he's like,
yeah, he is. Yeah.
Look, this is a heavy gun even for me, but I just love shooting it so much. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I want to go.
And there's something about Heckler and Koch grips that just scream, this is like H&K Ergos. Like, you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be, like, it doesn't look monolithic. Like, there's a separation point between the handguard and the receiver. I thought it was, I'm looking for the weight is what it comes down to. I'm just like, where are they hiding the weight? And I don't know, unless the upper and lower receiver, because I mean, most lower receivers for ARs are aluminum, the lower, and then sometimes the upper as well, just to cut weight. But if you're at 10 pounds for a rifle that looks like the standard form factor of like an M forgery, where's the weight coming from? It's not in the density of the metal.
I think a good amount of it also is the barrel shroud there. I think that's all completely steel as well.
Fuck yeah, that would do it. Even all M locked and speed hold up. Guns have speed holes too far. It makes the bullet shootier.
But no, long story short, I'm trying to see if I can find a range local enough to me that I don't have to drive a day to get there, so that I can actually try it out. I won't purchase one over here. I mean, this is a $3,500 gun.
Yeah, so people complain about the SIG tax. Have you ever looked at what an MP5 is going for, fucker? I just
fucking Hockler anything is expensive.
Yeah. They don't care about the. I mean, they'll offer stuff to the civilian market, but clearly they're not trying to like undercut their competition or something. That's just not how they roll. Fuck.
One of the interesting things about the barrel on this is it's not chrome lined.
Really?
So yeah, I just, like I say, I'm trying to get a hold of one just so that I can put a few rounds down range on it, and that will be what makes the decision for me whether or not, when I get to the States, whether I invest in one of these or not.
Is pronouncing Coke as in Coca-Cola an American thing or just a poly thing? That's the guy's name thing.
Yeah.
He's not Mr. Koch. It's, or I don't know what other way you would say it. It's just Coke. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not saying with the proper German, Herr Koch or whatever, but
Herr Koch.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm dropping the Americanisms on that name that way, but that's why I tell people, just if you can't say it, just say H&K or HK. That's fine. Don't stop saying Koch. That's just annoying me.
I mean, look, but if you really can't be bothered to come out with the whole thing, just call it a hockler. Everybody,
Yeah.
Most everybody will know what you mean. Michael Hatfield in chat said he paid $2,200 when the MR556 first came out, and $3,100 for the MR762. How do you feel about them, Mike? If you don't mind me asking, or drop me a DM on Twitter or something like that. Let me know what. Let me know how they shoot, man. I'm interested.
Who was it that asked about this? Darksiders, what do you think of lever action? I like lever action, as anybody who's ever seen my $40 Dutton donation knows. You got Duttoned! I don't own a lever action, which continues to disappoint me. My dad does, and I have now shot it more than he has. This is the new, new from Ruger, who has taken over Marlin, and Marlin had we're not going to get into all that, but the short version of the story, this is the new Ruger Marlin. They're reintroducing the 336. Fuck, that's sexy. That is,
it do be a pretty gun.
Classic. Holy shit, is that yeah. That's the gun you shoot down the deer with and then put up over your fireplace mantle when you get home. It works for both. Look at that shit.
You know what though? If you get one of those, you gotta take it to a good craftsman who can put your monogram on either side of the stock there.
I'm okay with that. And there's something about a full-length tubular magazine that doesn't stop short, whether it be a shotgun or a lever action, that just speaks to me on a really manly level. How about you, Far? Doesn't it speak to you on a manly level?
No.
Oh.
I'm not a man, Polly. Did you not know?
Look, if Polly and I can have a discussion about Lady Gaga and get in touch with our feminists
right.
Far, I think you could meet us halfway.
That was a discussion about you not liking Lady Gaga.
Yeah, our feminine side.
I'm often free of accountability and rationality. My feminine side. Okay. Let's...
And it's out of here.
Want to appeal to the entire female demographic that comes to this show? All four of them? Actually, I'm pretty happy with the female contingent of my channel, assuming, of course, that YouTube analytics aren't lying to me, which they easily could be, considering for a good long time they said 100% of my audience was from America, which I'm like, but that's...
No.
Yeah, that's not even close to being true. What the fuck? There's a whole bunch of Aussies here because it's, not the middle of the night there for them.
Yeah.
Middle of the afternoon, in fact.
Hey.
Which is still drinking time in Oz.
When isn't?
Oh.
Polly.
Well,
I'm trying to advertise.
So am I. Come to our bar if you're Australian.
You'll love it here.
We don't sell goon bags, but
you won't need them.
But we sell juice boxes.
Well, that's right. And we've got authentic Western Australian made bathtub hooch here. FarZoosme brand. It's good stuff.
And if you really press me, I might even have a couple of bottles of red stashed around here somewhere.
Why would you ever do that to your gun? Dr. Melfi's legs, thank you for the $3. Don't stare at your psychiatrist's legs. You're paying hundreds of dollars an hour. And you'll get arrested if you touch her. Think about that. What are you doing?
But you know what they say about forbidden fruit, Polly.
Now that you've found out you have a art-hearted family member, do you feel better about coming here? Is it permissible now?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Which one did you guys get?
Drunk.
Really?
Eva Green.
Yeah.
That's so strange. Because it's gonzo all day over here.
This is America.
Now that you found out you have an retarded family member, do you feel better about coming here? Is it permissible now? Is it enough of a sad tragedy that you can join the rest of us douchebags? Dr. Melfi asked Tony.
Pertinent question.
Well, yeah, because he'd been talking about the pathetic douchebags that he sees coming out of her office, and I can't believe that I have to come here and be part of this whole thing now. Like, it's degrading to him personally to be there because of all the other pathetic douchebags that show up there. And then he finds out, and he's telling Dr. Melfi that his other uncle that he didn't know about, Hercule, was who knows what he was, developmentally disabled. They're not clear about it because Tony only finds out because it was back in the 50s and they just sent him off to some institution. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it
Was the style at the time.
yeah, exactly. And there really is a precious fucking line where Tony's uncle, Junior, is telling him about this. Your uncle that you didn't know anything about, and his Uncle Eckel. And he's like, it was Hercules. And they're like, oh, right, yeah, Hercules. And he was taken care of and so on and so forth, but he was special and so on and so forth. And Tony's like, I remember my mother talking about my father's slow-witted brother, but I always thought she meant you. He wasn't even trying to cut him. It was just when he was just, musing, right? Thinking out loud. Fucking hilarious. The look Junior cuts him. You son of a bitch. C. Thomas, thank you for the $2. Heckler and Koch was named for 2 of the 3 dudes from Mauser who weren't hauled away for various reasons after World War II and took the STG-44 prototypes to make the G3. Fuck, there you go. I did not know that Heckler and Koch were Mauser dudes. But seriously, why would you do this to your gun? Look at those fucking scope rings, man. But I want to still use my iron sights. Then don't put a scope on your lever action. But I want to be able to use a scope.
Buy a second gun.
Yeah. There's options. I said don't put QD mounted scopes on your rifle, but anything's better than these like open ring bullshits. Or get with some modern shit and put a fucking red dot on there for close up and do co-witnessing for longer iron sight shots. Anything but this. This looks like somebody's bad art project. Far, back me up here. Like some metal scrap was found.
No, it looks a little better than just metal scrap, but
There's not enough patina, is there, Far?
no, there's not enough of giant weld marks to hold the damn thing together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What is it with so-called fucking metal, metal sculptors and not being able to clean up a fucking weld?
That's a good question, Far. Is there an aversion to
attacked.
filing?
I feel attacked. Well, one part it could be just what I usually do of just because I haven't done this for a long fucking time, but it gives it a certain look, right? That could be part of what they're going for, which is usually why I just leave it. Because it's like the look of like, well, I'm just gonna leave this in the garden, it's just gonna fucking rust away. Which is what I want. The other part of it is they genuinely could also just not know that's what you're supposed to do.
I have something of a theory that like none of them ever learned to stick weld.
No, they
why.
probably didn't. That's the thing. It's like you probably like technically I learned to weld before I actually went to a place where like, oh look, this is how you actually do it. I learned to weld just from my dad just going like, okay, yeah, this is what you do. Here you go. Have fun. And I didn't fucking know you were supposed to clean shit up. He didn't tell me that. I only learned that like way after the fact. And by that point, it's like, well, though I like the way it looks like, oh shit. Oh.
I don't know. I'm not the best welder in the world, but I like it to at least look neat when I'm done, Like someone's tried. I don't know. Maybe it's an autism
Tried. Again, if you don't like the way that it looks, it's because you don't understand the art.
Well, Sorry, I had to get up. My mom came in. But yeah, if you're doing it more professionally, yeah, clean your shit up. You know, like if this is a thing you are getting paid a shit ton of money for, and it's going to be you know, nicely on display. Clean up your splatter.
I think for me it's just if not that I exactly want people asking me to weld their shit for them or anything like that, but if it's something of mine, I want it to look like it's been, you know, well maintained or what have you, so that if somebody else looks at it, they go, oh, okay, this guy actually knows how to weld. You know, if I have to have him weld something for me, he's not going to do an absolute shit job of it.
Yeah.
Do you like the Kiwi here, Far?
Actually, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, I do.
Though, right?
In your face, Polly.
Well, here's the other thing, though, right? Like, where I am, it's kind of just... It's not really seen as a horrible thing for something like this to just be an art piece. It's kind of the norm. Even the rusted bits, it's kind of the norm. It's kind of what people like. The rustiness of it. There's a certain charm to it.
Hey, look at this.
Which is why I don't
like this
really
one.
get... Yeah, no, that's neat. But yeah, it's why I don't get as annoyed with the, you know, people not cleaning up their fucking welds. The only time I would get annoyed is if it was something like, this is supposed to be something that's not an art piece. You know? Like it's a fucking car.
Yeah. Oh.
Something you don't want to rust.
When typing in, I'm surprised how much, I don't know what to call it, steampunk looking stuff comes up. Like it looks like I've invented the mechanical horse. You mean a car? No, it's a horse.
No.
It's made out of mechanics. Like it, which sounds like it's full of like dead Italians from New York. But no,
As it rolls down the road.
Like Billy Joel's character in
I'm
Uptown
driving
Girl.
here.
Yeah, I mean just Uptown Girl. Billy Joel. I did. I may have been drinking. It's just
Second line, third from the left there. It looks like he's about to been convicted or something.
right there.
Yeah, that one.
He looks like he's doing the 50s heartthrob
Now, Billy.
thing. Yeah,
He looks guilty as fuck to me.
Yeah, there he is, totally not being a mechanic creeper. But it's fine. He's married to that woman, so he can just carry on with his 5'5" weirdness. I'm kidding. It just... Oh my God.
I'm kidding. He's 5'4".
It's his buddy that's weird.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yes, very much so.
He's been huffing the WD-40 off screen.
Uh-huh. And I know you think a blast of oxygen from your welding torch will clean you up. It won't, Billy. Everyone knows.
No. Don't do that, Jesus Christ.
My drug dealer's on a vacation far away.
So what is this show about? Hanging out in a bar and talking shit? I mean, we do have news stories. We get around to eventually.
Yeah, we really should. We really should get onto those, actually.
Quit making me feel guilty, Far. It's fine.
No.
Where to start? Do we want to go real estate oriented? Or do we want to go... Yeah, I think so. Let's go with that. Boom. There's a Texas ghost town that could be yours for $100,000. Lobo, Texas isn't even on the map, but it could be yours. Okay, I don't know that I want it, but I want it. I don't know, but I still want it. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but
I'm intrigued.
question.
If
it's not on the map, how the fuck are we gonna get there?
It's only got GPS coordinates. I'm good.
But then it'd be on the map.
You know, this is like cut off on purpose, but here, watch this. I love doing this so much. It's such a thrill. Look at that. Yeah, in your face, fuckers. Yeah, one more for you. Ah, love the nuke button. Okay. I hate the shit that they put.
Get fucked, Co 11.
Right. It's just your autoplay videos. I don't care that you put them in the top fucking banner chat. I know you can't see what we were doing, but it just, oh man, I love that nuke button. And like, look, it's like the radiation symbol. You guys see that? Isn't that fucking great? Oh man. Greatest Chromium add-on ever. All right. Have you ever wanted your own town? Yes. Now here's your chance. Tell me more. A spooky West Texas town could be yours. Could be a scene for a scary movie, and it could be yours. Lobo, Texas is just north of Valentine, Texas. Texas, it's for lovers.
I kind of want to own Valentine, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Well, Valentine's not for sale.
It's about 20 miles from the border with Mexico. Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
I think I know why it's abandoned. The town was
okay. Just deputize yourself.
Right? I'm sure there's somewhere under the good Republic of Texas law that allows me to do something like that. Sheriff Jim Roy Bean, am I right, Sam?
Amen.
Name
Amen. No, that's a callback.
Name yourself the only law west of the Pecos and hand out based justice. We should do a video on Roy Bean for those who don't know about Sheriff Roy Bean. And this is usually the part where somebody tells me that, yeah, Dankula already did that.
Did he?
I don't know. This is just usually the point when somebody says that.
I mean, he was a mad lad, so it wouldn't surprise me.
He was an awesome dude. I think I take mad lad too. I think my understanding of what that meant was far too tight. It's more of a general term than I knew. I thought mad went mad like, you know, like Stalin was mad. Cult leader so-and-so was mad. Roy Bean was just based as fuck.
Yeah, but mad lad, though. That's a little different.
Then, different than what?
Well, Stalin could be a mad lad, right? But
Right.
that's just because he went above and fucking beyond.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
the
there
same,
are
you
multiple
know,
directions.
same way that Ned Kelly could be considered a mad lad.
Yeah, there are
Right.
multiple directions that one can go in order to be out there, you know?
Huh. Polyville. Yeah. Frank Capscott. It is a... People say, okay, so you do the political science thing. Are you interested in going into politics as in electoral politics? And I always tell them no. However, I do harbor a secret desire to be the very popular mayor of a small town. That's a kind of electoral politics that I would get into. I would love having the chief of police under my thumb. I would.
You're out of line, Chief.
Yeah. Because I get results. But that's just it. You don't. You're arresting people who didn't do nothing. Those were people that were just driving through our town. What made you think that they were subject to asset forfeiture? Well, they were transporting drug money. Was there evidence of drug trading? Baggy scales, actual drugs of any fucking kind, information that you would receive that they were transporting drug money? Well, no, but they had cash on them, as is every American's right to do so, sir. Fuck is wrong with you? I hope you guys are, well, I'd like to think you're actually unaware of this, blissfully. The amount of fucking places in America where county commissioners and whatever just go along with this blatantly unconstitutional act of stopping people on the highway and threatening them with a mitten full of charges unless they forfeit the cash that they have on them. How do you know that those are the proceeds of crime? We don't. That's why we asked them if they want to forfeit it. Okay, if they don't forfeit it, what happens? Well, they go to jail and we seize the money anyway. And what percentage of cases do they end up getting the money back if they don't forfeit it right then and there? Less than 5%. You guys are racketeers. That's a fucking shakedown, man. That's ganking. That's jacking. You guys are crooks.
Daylight robbery. Literally.
So what's wrong with this? What's wrong with Lobo?
I can't feel that you're in a rush to get out of here. Are you in a rush?
No, no, because remember, Sam's tired.
Sam's fine. He's caught his third wind at this point, right, Sam?
15th, 16th, something in the number.
It's so miserable. Come on, Polly.
Oh, fuck.
What's a decade between friends?
You could rest when you're dead.
Yeah, 15 minutes from now.
You're an atheist. There's a long, endless dirt nap coming for you, buddy. Look forward to it.
I do.
You don't know my life, Polly. That's an enticing suggestion.
I guess.
Yeah, peaceful. May the worms find you tasteful. Now.
It's tasteful.
It's the inglorious bastards I'll leave behind that are the problem.
According to, Lobo, Texas, it's just 20 miles. The town was abandoned back in 1991, and despite being home to several festivals and events, it's back up for sale.
What events?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is coming back here just to run, like, a festival or an event?
With Lobo? Maybe they have, like,
Alien
a
Con.
lycanthropy festival? I don't know.
Come howl at the full
Luna.
moon. Come to Lobo, Texas. Howl at the full moon.
According to our sister station, News West 9 in Midland, Odessa. Oh, Midland, Odessa. Right now, a group of friends from Germany owns the... What? Whoa.
Whoa.
A group of friends from Germany owns the property? A group of Germans own a town?
From Germany.
Yeah. Fritz and Hans
could be worse.
own fucking Lobo, Texas?
And they've used it for art events and a film festival.
Of course they fucking have. Fucking Germans,
Yeah.
I swear.
Of course they fucking have.
Some of the remaining
Remember when
structures
Germans
there
used
are
to
a
be an
gas
apple?
station, a motel, a grocery store, and some abandoned houses. You could be the proud owner of a ghost town for $100 grand. Interested in buying it? Here's a website with some information. I don't
Why
know.
did they include the map? We've already established it's not on one.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
got a postal code. That's it. It's like, there it is in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, but real quick, if I buy this thing, I'm going to replace the O's with EAUX.
What, because French?
To be extra fucking poignant. You see this, you dirty Spaniards? Fuck off over there.
Sam's
gonna
looking to
tell 'em that you
reestablish
fart
the
in
great
the general
territory of
direction as
Louisiana. You know, it's...
Yeah, baby.
I mean, Texas was never part of Louisiana, but you know, Sam wants to expand.
It's
Welcome
new
to the
Louisiana.
welcome to the district of fucking Nouvelle Acadia.
Oh wow! Why would it be Nouvelle particularly?
Feminine.
Because all towns are feminine? Is that right?
No, but Acadia is through Latin is a feminine word, right? If
Fuck,
was
that
masculine, it
fascinates
would be
me.
Acadium.
Do you do that by feel or memory? Like it just, this sounds right? Like do you have like Mademoiselle Valines running around in France fucking actualing people? Well, actually, Acadia is a French word or a feminine word, so it needs to be feminine.
Holly, you call me mildly psychic. What's going on in Europe?
I mean, kind of. I mean, like, because we obviously, you know, much like in English, you know, we have sort of like centralized authority on the dictionary of the language, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's
ultimately, ultimately, it's kind of like they are the sort of the authority on such matters, I suppose. But no, there are certain words that do just have like a masculine or a feminine feel to them, I suppose. And you can usually derive whether something is masculine or feminine from how it's written as well.
Huh.
So yeah, if it ends with a double consonant and an e on the end, then it is almost certainly a feminine word.
Okay, I got a quick
I'm
question
so
for
glad
you there.
we don't deal with this in English.
Yeah, I know. English has enough one-off
We have enough
standalone
fucking
rules that are,
problems.
yeah, exactly. There's enough issues where people go, well, it's just a rule, or that's just the way the language works, but it's actually like a standalone one-off rule that applies to no situation but that one. You know what I mean? Like, it happens
Yeah.
all the fucking time. Because English is modular and adaptable, and that's why it's the, ironically, lingua franca of the world.
It's the true. It's oh god. It's the true Esperanto of the world.
Oh God, don't slander it that way. Oh wow.
No, how dare you?
No, I'm saying it's what Esperanto tried to be, but failed at.
You know what's kind of funny though? We use lingua franca, which is fucking Latin.
What does franca mean in Latin? What is it referencing? Frankish?
Frankish.
Yeah. Fuck. That's
Yeah.
great. let me guess. That was after the barbarians invaded Rome and took over from where the Franks would ultimately claim residence?
I think you'll find it's cultural enrichment, Polly.
You know, I can't remember that British reporter's name. I've heard people repeating it over and over again, especially with what's going on in France right now. It's like the barbarians will be at the gate and we'll be arguing over how to properly gender them.
Oh God, it's
funny but true.
I had a conversation with a dear friend Zelthor about this very subject actually, and I came out with this line, and it's I was kind of ad-libbing at the time, but it's stuck with me. The barbarians aren't at the gates; they're breeding within the walls.
Oh God.
Now that's a fucking black pill for you, right?
Okay. You know, well.
That's how bad it's gotten. That's where we're at.
Well, I'll one up your get yeeted off YouTube for TOS violations with this one. I heard some.
No, oh no.
What? I heard somebody say the other day. At least when the barbarians invaded Rome and took over, the Emperor Honorius was kicked out. Yeah, at a minimum, they were Christian. And they were. It's not a lot of people realize that they weren't a bunch of pagan barbarians. They had become Christian a couple centuries before the invasion, the sacking of Rome. They were doing it for like ground and territorial reasons. Can't say that today, can we?
I mean, you kind of can. It's just the pretense by which they operate is different. And that's enough politics, I think.
I think you're right. Let's talk about Kansas and what the hell a transom is.
Didn't we do this?
Yeah, I think we did talk about
No, we didn't
transoms.
do this home, did we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah, we did. Okay, because I talked about this transom all over. For those of you who weren't here for it, fine. Well, that's a transom. Remember-
Yeah,
And
and it has a name. Window above a door.
That's right. I didn't realize that we had actually done the home, but then when I scrolled through the article, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, we did do
yeah.
this because I looked at it and it's like, yeah, okay, all right, it's fine, it's fine. It's
I just love how the word perfectly describes what it is. Some as in summe, as in summit, right? The highest point, and then trans, it goes across. It's perfect.
Oh, the word.
This is back when English made sense.
Right.
Yeah.
English made sense at any point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Shortly after we French got our hands on it.
Hmm.
Well, it's like that, is it?
So they claim. Speaking of French, do we want to talk about our new island destination, Polly?
Let's do that. We didn't do that last time.
Well, we
did
were talking about real estate. All right, fine.
Yeah.
But it's
build a
Fourth.
house
It's
here.
4th of July weekend, and I got some real estate shit that's particular to it. So, but we'll get back to it. That's fine. We can go on to our island destinations and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
We could do a Freedom Day special.
what would that be? When is? Well, I'm going to be like drinking, and I've been conscripted to help a friend.
You've been conscripted on the 4th of July, have you, Polly?
I know the irony, right? It's like I'm supposed to be free, man. I'm going to show up with a musket with a bayonet on it, and it won't be a skewer for your barbecue, you fuck. No, I've been conscripted. He said, I want you to go pick up these 2 coolers. He's got one of them double long. What do y'all call them in Australia again?
Eskies?
Eskies, that's right. Like the guy who was brought in from the ocean riding around on an esky that he had made out to be a boat. Remember that?
I think I do, yeah.
Yeah. The he's got one of them double long ones, and then he's conscripted me to go around and pick up 2 more plus the ice, and then off to get this. He goes, then drop by Costco, and you can pick up all the sodas and the drinks and the whatnot. Not the liquor, but everything else that's non-alcoholic you're getting. I have a very big concern that I'm going to Costco for the 4th of July. I think I'm going to get, okay, 1, be in a very long line, but 2, be tasked with picking out all kinds of extra shit. While you're there, pick up that giant burlap sack-sized bag of barbecue chips and get the... While you're there, and pick up a giant handle of vodka and et cetera. I'm worried.
Yep.
But it's... and plus, the ice as well. I got a feeling I'm going to swing by, like, 3 7-Elevens to get enough ice for his double wide cooler and the other 2 Eskis that I'm going to be picking up. He's like, I can't put it in my freezer. I don't have a deep freeze, like a standalone, and my freezer's already like full of shit. And his exact words, I haven't defrosted it since I moved into this place. I've got like, half the space because everything else has just gotten smaller with frost accumulation.
Oh, that's not good. That's not clever. Fill it with bread after you defrost it. It's a cheat code. It really is.
Fill it with bread after you defrost it.
Yeah, so defrost it. Put all the shit back in it that you want, and then fill up the leftover space with bread.
Just to what does that stop the frost from coming in?
Yeah. It fills up the space because solids stay cold for much longer than air does, right? So you're cutting down on cost every time you open the damn thing, and frost develops much more slowly.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. So I figure I'm going to be driving around to pick up all the ice enough for all that shit, and it's going to be a hell of a thing. So that's part of it. I mean,
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
There's someone who's not enjoying freedom right now.
So that time.
Nice.
No, I still got drunk.
Chilean American. What were you doing in the land of no freedom when you have citizenship in the land of freedom, you asshole?
Well, he did get arrested twice.
Yeah, he did. He should have been. I'm going to leave it alone. Evolved Potato, thank you for the $2. What would be even better if your friend has conscripted you, was British too? It would make the perfect situation.
Yeah, it really would.
I appreciate that.
It would be a deep level of irony because he's black. So, black Brit conscripting me on the 4th of July. My God.
The next movie that they do about the fucking War of Independence will look like that, I'm telling you.
Yeah, right? That's it. George Washington, played by fucking Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, right? It's a little too perfect, the role he was born to play. I love Denzel, but yeah, you shouldn't be playing General Washington, man, as much as I love your acting. Sorry. It's, yeah.
I'd watch that movie. I like Denzel Washington.
So do I. But, by the same token, I wouldn't want to see King T'Challa played by, I don't know, Brad Pitt.
I'd like to go to the movie theater where they show that movie. Not to watch the movie, but to watch the crowd.
So here's St. Helena.
Mm-hmm.
It's an island. Napoleon lived there.
He died there.
Yeah. It wasn't so much living there as being imprisoned there.
Yeah, and just kind of existing.
He finished living there, you could say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing that I do adore about Napoleon being exiled to St. Helena was his second exiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It was the second time he got exiled.
Yeah, because the first time they exiled him to an island, he just came back. So what do you mean he came back? Well, he just came back.
Sauntered back in.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? I don't understand. What's the problem? What do you mean, what's the problem? He was okay.
It's fucking Napoleon.
Yeah.
It's kind of the thing is just like it's like
And
you know when
finally, a
someone does
spooky
something
scene
wrong,
for
but
scary
nobody
movies.
reports it, so it goes
Yours
like
logo
completely
is so
unchecked.
small, it
That's
doesn't
what
even
happened.
pop up on a map. But
Yeah,
it's
everybody was
just
like,
north
I
of
didn't see
Valentine,
nothing.
Texas, and about 20
None of-
miles
nobody
away
saw
from the
nothing.
border with Mexico.
God damn it. See,
What's up?
this is why I hate news channels. Chat heard it.
Just close
You got
the tab.
Yeah, I'm going to now, but did the video just start playing on its own? It's like, Lobo, Texas is a blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it did. Fuck, man.
Yeah, fuck you, Co-11. You suck.
Absolutely.
It's
Okay.
been
You know
exiled
what
once,
doesn't
we'll
suck?
exile it permanently this time.
But you know what doesn't suck? St. Helena.
No, it doesn't.
And its surrounding islands.
That's right. Because St. Helena, there it is right there. It is part of the British Isles, technically. Well, no, not the British Isles. It's
I
part,
mean-
part of the UK, would be the way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that flag, it's exactly like Australia's flag and New Zealand's flag, just, you know, without the stars.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's part of the British.
And its motto is loyal and unshakable.
God save the king.
Well, yeah.
Unlike Mount
That's
St.
the
Helena.
anthem.
Now, what's okay, hold on. Let me try.
Okay,
and
so if we...
find-
what
wait.
happened
Oh,
is
shit,
we...
There we go.
So what happened was we ended up getting to St. Helena, right?
Uh-huh.
Because of a specific book that I own, and we were very interested in the author of said book, and why the fuck he loves to go on and on about ancient Britons seeing King Arthur in the sky and the constellations. Turns out the guy was very legit, and this is where he lives. He lives on St. Helena.
Of all places. So,
Of all the fucking places.
Sam, that was a here, I'm just going to bring up this image while we're just, lonely Napoleon. There we go. See?
Ah, poor Napoleon.
And he did really dress up in his military uniform every day.
He did. He did.
Only Napoleon. Dum, dum, dum.
Look at him going, I was once an emperor. Yeah, there you were.
Yeah, you are.
I
And
was
now
born
you're,
apart from the common rabble.
I like to think that he woke up every morning going, thinking
Not
that
like
he
the
was
other Frenchman.
thinking that he was still emperor. You know what I mean? Where he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm emperor. And then realizing that he's not, and then jolting up in bed and shaking his fist at the sky going, Wellington! Yeah, don't like thinking about
And everybody that
Waterloo.
helped him.
And everyone else.
Oh,
He was
God.
bested on the battlefield, Sam. It's just the way that it is, okay? It's
By the fucking weather.
I'm glad to see you've moved on.
Never. I'll move on from Waterloo when the Brits move on from fucking Agincourt, okay?
I wonder how France and Britain ended up being traditional enemies for centuries. It's kind of
Yeah, I wonder. Huh? Wild.
We formed an
anyway,
alliance with the Scots.
yeah. Anyway, this guy who I got interested and I thought he was a fraud because he was labeled as a PhD, right? Far, and I couldn't.
well,
it was
here's the. Do you want me to read the back of the book just to show like why we were both like,
Yeah.
who is this guy? We were very suspicious.
so
'Cause I
Far's
haven't
Far's
read
got an
X-Men.
astronomy star book, and yeah, explain why
Yeah.
he caught our interest at all.
Well, I mean, I've read off some of the philosophy and lifestyle tips on stream.
Oh
Before,
yeah,
right?
right.
But yeah, so yeah, and it just talks about like you know, your general shit you would expect to see from a astronomy book about stars with philosophy and lifestyle tips in it. It's really fucking I cannot stress how much it is exactly what you expect. So I read the back of it, right? Mark West Moquet, PhD. I don't know if I'm saying the last name right, but it is just bear with me. Was a research astronomer for 10 years. He's also an ex-Zen monk, Zen yoga teacher, and pilgrimage walker. And that's all it says. That's all it fucking says in the back of this thing.
A pilgrimage walker. Is that like Easter worshipper?
I don't know, but here's the interesting thing. So Polly actually looked into the guy as I was talking to him about what I'd found in this book, because I cannot begin to. I'm not exaggerating when I say, yeah, he really does seem to love talking about ancient Britons and their constellations involving King Arthur. Like, really, the guy really seems to fucking love that. And Polly actually found the guy. He's legit. He is actually 100% fucking legit. He knows his shit when it comes to astronomy.
Like,
shockingly
deep astrophysical, numerical, all the fucking way, a whole number of collaborative, peer-reviewed publications and single author publications. The guy has credentials up the ass for astrophysics. Up the ass, and decide
became a Zen monk.
Yeah, to do a career pivot, leave all that behind, go become a Zen monk, and then publish stuff that is on stargazing for the sake of meditative enlightenment.
Which is not the book I bought, by the way. It is literally just astronomy. It comes with these neat cards for, like, you're supposed to be able to hold it up to the sky to match with the constellations and stuff like that. It just happens to include a bunch of that shit too, which I didn't realize at the time. But, yeah. Yeah, the guy's legit, though.
He is. And so I want to... See, Thomas, thank you for the $. Sam may not get over Waterloo, but Poland never got over the fall of Warsaw. The first time before the commies. Also, France couldn't beat Germany without help. Just saying.
Actually, we've beaten the Germans many times without help. In fact, when Germany had help, we beat them many times before.
Yeah, and I mean, part of the reason that France was getting the ass whooping that it was on the, like the Alsatian type areas where there was overlap between German authority and the French authority, or well, German people and French authority, and the French were still whooping on the locals, is because just how badly they had beaten them before. There was a reason that the Germans had a yen for France, let's say.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like the way things went in World War I, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they weren't exactly treated very well afterwards. I mean, understandably, but on one hand, but at the same time, it's like,
yeah.
Did you have to go that far?
This is not an especially controversial opinion either, but I think my personal opinion is one of the main reasons why it went so badly for us and ended up in a nigh on complete German occupation of the North as well in World War II is our own government disarmed us because they were afraid of proletariat uprisings.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to World War
Were they
II.
now?
Yeah, they were a bunch of
They were
socialists.
afraid of uprisings.
Yeah, well, we had a socialist government, and they were afraid that the communists were going to start a full-on revolution and brand them as the public enemy.
Oh man.
So they disarmed the population, and that was a dumb move because we were the only people that were more heavily armed than the French population at the time were the Americans.
No wonder you and Polly get along so well.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, anyway.
Yeah,
Stargazing.
that guy ended up to write his book, the PhD in astrophysics that we're talking about, with his fantastically successful career, as decided to move to St. Helena, of all places,
Yeah, and just be a monk.
to write his book, which is what he did, which blew our mind. So, that started me reading about St. Helena, because I find it interesting how far to the south, as we can see here, I mean, that's pretty far from Britain.
Can they see it on the stream?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't
Just
you?
checking. Sorry. Oh no, I see it now. Sorry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
The delay.
Thinking about it, though.
Yeah, the delay.
Thinking about it, it does make an awful lot of sense, really. I imagine light pollution there is, well, there isn't any.
Yeah, non-existent. I mean, it would make sense if that's what he's choosing to do. It's just there's other locations you could go where you would have a similar effect.
There are a whole, as far as I'm wrong, there's a whole host of, but that didn't embiggenate it at all. What a lie! Look at that little,
lying.
look at the plus in the middle of the magnifying glass cursor. What a fucking lie!
Man.
Anyway,
Fucking Wikipedia. Man. Like, for example, though, you could go to certain places in Western Australia, not even that far away from Perth, to be quite honest. Just country towns, right? Yeah, you could like maybe, and then go out of those country towns, you'd be able to see the sky pretty damn clearly.
Maybe he hates bad welding too.
Maybe.
But there's islands all the hell out over
the thing,
here that
man.
are still in the Atlantic that aren't nearly as fucking far nor as remote, and there's no light pollution there. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he went to the middle of fucking nowhere, yo.
Yeah, and what I was saying is more just like an example, right? Because I'm sure there's other country towns exactly like what I just described there that are in, I don't know, like Europe somewhere maybe, but probably not, like just from population density, but the US as well. There's definitely places like that in the US.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to go to fucking St. Helena, but he did.
Yeah, he didn't need to be here. But he wanted to.
No, yeah.
I mean, he's a weirdo
Yeah, he
monk
just
guy.
wanted to.
It's just, you know.
Yeah, like I after we just learned like he was legit and like this is just what he chose to do. I think we both just kind of went, yeah, you go for it, buddy. Whatever.
Hey,
You
look,
know,
Far.
we
There's
just
a
kinda
there's a
went,
little island off of St. Helena called Egg Island. See?
Nice. But yeah, this
Okay.
did also lead into what surrounds St. Helena, because the guy that the governor, isn't it right, of St. Helena,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he isn't just in charge of St. Helena. St. Helena is just the
It's a whole
main populated island. No. There's at least 3 other islands he's in charge of.
Oh yeah. It was a whole like gubernatorial district for
Yeah.
UK parliamentary overseas governance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? They were all districted, I guess you would say. The Tristan de Cunha, I guess is the way that you would say it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
Dacunia.
de Cunha.
Dacunia.
So
Okay.
it is a part of the same area as St. Helena, Ascension, and Tristan de Cunha. This Tristan, I'm going to call it from now
That
on.
means no worries.
Does it? The play.
No. Dacunia Matata. I was making a joke.
You son of a bitch. It's not actually an island. It's an archipelago
Yep.
Yeah.
that is made up of 3 places, which are 3 different islands, as you could see right here. The Edinburgh of the 7 Seas. That's nice. Isn't that great? It's
Oh, that's such a good fucking title.
yeah.
I love it.
So
I
Tristan,
love it.
is this gonna actually let me embiggenate? Yes, it is. Holy shit! There it is.
Yay!
The Edinburgh of
Oh,
the 7
wow.
Seas.
Fuck yeah.
Sandy Point, Noisy Beach, Stony Beach.
And Seal Bay.
Yeah.
And Rookery Point.
And Boat Harbor Bay. Is that the place where you can actually land boats? Is that what's going on? Everything is so just, you know,
It's so
practically
simply
named. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other islands that this guy's in charge of, we have this.
Yeah. And there's Inaccessible Island, Nightingale Island, and Goch Island. Now, hold on.
But there was another island, wasn't there? I feel like there was another island.
Yeah, there is. Hold on.
On Gough Island there's a place called Isolde Rock. Isolde Rock. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sold the rock.
He did. It's called Gough Island.
And Penguin Island. Batman.
Oh,
Someone called Batman. We found him.
look at even Nightingale Island is actually 3 little islands, and the middle island is called Middle Island.
Middle Island.
It's so practical.
Cave Cove. You got Cave Cove on Gough Island.
Yeah. So let me just go back here. I want to reevaluate, because this is actually like 3 weeks ago that we were looking at this, and I've kind of lost track of what they're doing.
Yeah,
The British
there was-
Overseas Territory Citizenship. Yeah. There's Gough Island and Inaccessible Island, as we were talking about.
There was one more that I remember we looked at briefly before the one that before Inaccessible.
For the Portuguese explorers, see Tristano da Cunha. Well, that explains where the name came from. Well, regardless, it ends us over at Inaccessible Island, and boom. I'm going to copy that because I want to look up something later. Which brings us here, Inaccessible Island. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fun place. And by fun, I mean, fucking terrifying.
But hilarious. Like, so there's a
this
reason it's called Inaccessible Island, and that's why.
And that's why right there. That's what I wanted to look up later. Sam, look at that shit. How do you land when everywhere is literally a sheer fucking cliff?
Well, I mean helicopter, obviously, but
Well, yeah, but back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that place. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it is pretty fucking
is?
cool how close those islands are. Like, this is right off of this is right off of Tristan, and you're looking towards Nightingale and Inaccessible. Look how close they are. That's kind of sweet. You wouldn't want to swim there, but it looks like you could, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the Ayers Rock of the South Atlantic.
Oh my god.
I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
Tourists on the
Good
beach
fucking
of
luck.
Inaccessible Island. Look at this tiny little beach they're on. Look how small it is. Holy shit, this picture's massive. Okay, cool.
Oh my god.
Look at this little strip, and then look when they look up, going, holy fuck! Fascinating.
But it gets better, right?
Oh yeah, it absolutely
Because
gets
then
better.
there's wildlife on this island.
That isn't
Do you
literally,
want to see
Sam,
the wildlife?
anywhere else in the world. It is the Inaccessible Island Rail. This
These
Look at-
little birds.
look at that little feller.
I want to see them run. I want to see them run so badly, but I couldn't find any footage of these fuckers running. I couldn't find
what
it.
They have
You know where they
most of them have
Look at it.
most of them have red eyes, blood red demon eyes. Yet some
Some
of them
have eyes like this.
yeah, and we can't figure out why. There isn't much information on this. They are very poorly understood and known. Like, why are they like this? Because this is literally the only place in the world that they are, because of their isolatedness. And their closest relative dates back 1.5 million years to, of all places, South America.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did the deep dive one night. We were doing this for like 2 hours,
Oh,
reading
we
about
did.
like these islands, and then we went on to this bird, and we were stuck on this bird for like 45 minutes going, how did they get there? And it's like, well, they're birds. They flew there. These things are flightless, and then they just evolved over time. We're guessing a couple 100,000. No, its closest relative is from 1.5 million years
it
ago
was-
in South America.
It was more Polly was fixated on that. I was more fixated on trying to find footage of these things running.
That's
Because
true.
I have a feeling it would look exactly like a kiwi. Like, have you ever seen a kiwi bird running? I think it would look incredibly fucking similar. But I couldn't find anything. I could find pictures and like people discussing weird birds, right? On
Yeah.
like countdown lists, right? But every time they'd show Inaccessible Island Rails, right? It'd just be pictures, and like I think I found one footage of like them kind of moving their head around, but not really running or anything like that. That was the closest I could find though.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they like I don't know what the fuck is going on with these things.
And they're, as you can
But
see,
yeah.
they're quite small and flightless. They just run around like little big butted kiwis. And some of them have
mean,
these
I'm
blood red
assuming-
eyes, and the other ones simply do not. And why?
And I'm assuming that's genetics at play. I'm assuming that's
female,
what's going
maybe?
on there.
I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah, that did come up when we were trying to figure it out, that it could be male or female, but I also wonder if it's just these birds happen to have that kind of genetic variation thing going on, you know? Some of them might have brown eyes, some of them might have red, but who the fuck knows? I don't know.
It's cool that they're even there. That's what kind of caught our attention about them, and the amount of efforts when you go through their reading about the history of them and whatnot. They were so hard to find, and it's like, oh, they got a sample of them, and everyone was trying to bring back a specimen, and it kept failing over and over again. A study skin, as they call them, which is just a deflated
Yeah, a corpse.
hide.
Yeah.
They only got one of these in the early 1900s, when people had been going to Inaccessible Island for, well, a long time. The British had, anyway. Now, which island was
Yeah.
the gay guy, the gay Navy man?
That was the other island that we couldn't figure, like, we were going like, there was another island, because that had the funniest names for their coasts.
Is that true? Is that right?
Yeah, he got left at like Miserable Cove or some shit like that, remember?
There's Tristan da Cunha. It's not the Nightingale Islands. It's not. Is it Gulch Island that's got the fun
No,
things on it?
it was like Miserable Island or something like that.
No, that was the name of the That was the name of the cove that he was at.
Yeah, Miserable Cove. Then it was like, but it had a name similar. Thank you, Evolved Potato, for the $12. These types of islands just remind me of Pitcairn, and then I just feel sad. Like, how do people live on islands like this? What reason do you have other than scientists to study the area? Well, that's kind of the neat part of Inaccessible Island. No one actually lives there.
Or ever has. There's no like Neolithic
because
history or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way, because I mean, think about it. Back in the days of just people finding islands and going, yeah, we live here. There would have been no way for them to really scale Inaccessible Isle and then get back down again easy enough for them to, you know, be able to even make a... Yeah, to be able to even fish or... Like, there's not even really, from what we've seen of Inaccessible Island as well, there's not really a lot of, there's a lot of shrubbery.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if there's a lot of trees or things like that either, so it's not like there's a lot of, that's it!
Ascension.
That was the island.
Yeah, I found it. So keep talking. I'll get there.
But there wasn't really, from what I could see, a lot of, well, other kinds of resources you'd really be wanting. You know, if you're going to be living there long term, like, just things to make houses out of, or just huts or whatever the fuck, right? So there's no real way of living on there without the use of just importing shit. There's other islands as well around that people don't really live on either.
There it is.
Because most of the islands that are actually habitable or habitated are like St. Helena. That's really it.
Look at that, though. That's beautiful.
Oh, it is.
That is Comfortless Cove.
Comfortless Cove, everyone.
On Ascension Island was the island that we could not remember the name of that is in that little area. And Evolved Potato asks, is like, yeah, upside down Harlot, but the other islands around it, why live there? Because look at it, man. It's out in the middle of nowhere. If you're a British citizen, you can just go there. I'm assuming if you're a citizen of the Commonwealth, you have
probably maybe
you know, extended visa rights that other people do not. I don't understand the
I don't know
the Commonwealth transport system very well, but there is one in place that I'm vaguely aware of. Anyway, because it's cool to go to remote fucking places. It's like why go to Hawaii? It's like out in the middle of nowhere, and that's the point, to go out in the middle of nowhere to you know, cool beaches.
But
and shit.
if you want an actual serious answer though, it's probably just because people, if you're there, it's probably because you were born there.
Well, now what's interesting,
you know?
that Valine will like probably more than anybody is that Ascension Island. I mean, nobody lives there except for U.S. and British military. Because they removed the people that did live there that were not indigenous, no matter what the fuck they say. Bunch of lion-ass UN whiny bastards. Oh, you showed up there and you said, this is yours? Well, then the Americans and the British showed up and said, no, you're wrong. We're going to move you. But we live here. Yeah, well, too bad. That's
Consider yourselves occupied.
Yeah, it's a cold world, man. Accept it. It's like, but you don't have thousands of years of history here. You just showed up, man. Okay, fuck off. And sadly surprising nobody, Britain just went, okay. And they're giving it back to these people that aren't even indigenous and don't really have a historical claim to the area. So they're going to pick up all their military stuff and go somewhere else. And this is how you lost your American colonies, Britain. Freedom. Ha.
But anyway, we found a funny story with Ascension Island, though.
Oh, right. So, Sam.
Yes.
God.
Against all expectations, there was a sailor who was convicted of sodomy and sentenced to exile, as with the style at the time, to Ascension Island for his punishment. And so he writes this and was discovered there in a diary. And what was the name of his diary?
Oh, God, what was it?
The high adventures and stories involved in extended periods of sodomy at sea? I don't know. Something like that.
I don't know. point is, they found it. They found it. Not him though. They never found him. They just found his diary.
Right, yeah, Garen's right. Ascension Island, the Diego Garcia of the Atlantic. Right. It just, they did find it, and so this man who had been convicted and exiled for sodomy, I was able to find my way through the Wayback Machine to somebody who had posted the text of this man's diary, his journal, that is now in the British Museum, that they had posted the text of it online. And I'm like, okay, but it wasn't up on their website anymore. So I go to the Wayback Machine, URL paste in, and boom, there it is. Where is it at? The Mann family.
Which is not
How
what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's just awfully named.
It just so happens the family's, it was a genealogy website, and this family is distantly, however so, connected to this man, and their name is Mann. What are the odds?
Yeah, so this guy that got convicted of being basically gay, right? His diary is published, and they publish it on manfamily.com.
1273, convicted of sodomy, found myself
Yeah.
on Ascension Island.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
here's
No,
the
yeah, he got-
Georgetown Island, the military barracks for the British soldiers built in 1830. The so-called indigenous people that have been whining and complaining that they're a population in exile should shut up. Why would you ever listen to the... I don't understand it at all.
Maybe they should wear some, like, old military uniform and a funny hat and stare out to the sea.
Yeah.
That's what the good exiles do.
Where is the... So yeah, I mean, one of the places that he was at was Comfortless Cove. That's how we...
I'm pretty sure that was where he was dumped, if I remember correctly. Like they left him at Comfortless Cove. It's like, wow.
He will no longer know the comfort of another man.
Mm-hmm. He should have joined the pirates. They were way more accepting of that.
Yep. Where is his... Hawkener, I could have organized this beforehand, but that would have required effort.
But,
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. None of the stuff that we're talking about and how we are very much interested in these islands. Christmas Island, you will always have a place in our heart. People of Flying Fish Cove, shout out to you.
But in saying that, look out for our next location at Inaccessible Island.
Yeah, we are going to set up a beach home on Inaccessible Island back in 1942. Because at that time, there was no military interest in it because it didn't have anything to do with the Allies and the Axis powers and whatnot. And I looked into it, and it doesn't. And we can go to the, anywhere on an Inaccessible Island because nobody's there. And
It's just inaccessible rails.
yeah, so we're going to set up like a beach house and a little summer home that we can transport to. And I want to get it set up before the end of summer so we can, we could go there in the middle of winter. That would be confusing.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, it's like how we're going to be
At any
doing
rate,
Christmas in
that is what
July
we're
at
going to
Noir
try
Bar.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if anyone's ever seen like Drunkle's like beachfront property, it's going to be like that, but good. So
Yeah, but we have a bunch of little blackbirds running around because Inaccessible Island.
oh man, I'm so doing that. I'm so
Yeah,
doing that.
come on, you gotta have like a bunch of them running around. They're just they're chilling. I still want to see them running so badly.
You know what it is, Far? No one's seen them running because they only run around on the top of an accessible island when nobody goes.
Well, that's the thing. They went up there to find these fuckers because that's where they are.
Do you know what Western stuff looks like? Do you want to you want to understand like this? When the West isn't there, this is it. Okay, this is it. This is what you see.
Okay.
Okay. Island, rocks, right? Nothing changes. The people who just like boated over there from somewhere else to claim, this is ours. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, but if somebody else comes along, they can make the same claim, right? No, because we'll go whine to the UN. Yeah, but the UN won't exist for like another 100 years and Britain still has balls. So what are you going to do? Yeah. Anyway, it just bugs me that they do that. This is what the West looks like. Shit. Boom. And boom. When the British set up an airfield. This is the airfield in 1983 on Ascension Island. Yeah, it's not easy to do all this engineering, like to lay out the land and the flats and transport all of your helicopters and every fucking thing else, all of your building supplies and everything there. Okay, boom. This is the fucking current look of it. Holy shit. The U.S. Space Force has an Ascension Island location? Yes, they do, and this is their tracking location on Ascension Island that they'll soon be handing over to the non-indigenous people who whined enough to the UN till the British went, okay. You see those above-ground piping structures? This is the West, guys, okay? You see the radar dishes and satellite technology and all that? This is the West. What did the locals do?
You know what?
That aren't actually local to there? Give us stuff, man! I'm just saying,
You know what they
this
should
is what
do?
they're leaving behind. All of this. This is what they're just going to hand over to them.
I can't believe they're doing it. They should take everything that they put there, right? Just level it all, leave it exactly as it was when they found it.
Absolutely.
Here, Have your
Carthage.
rock.
Not only destroy it,
Yes.
but salt the fucking earth before you fucking leave. And here you go. Fine. Have a good time. But you're not leaving all of the technology. Yeah, that's ours.
Why would they?
Yeah. You want it. Exactly. Why would we? If I was British and still had balls, I'd burn it all to the fucking ground. Because, well, it depends on who's in power. Because, you know, Biden will leave all that shit for the locals, especially if they're terrorists. Just saying.
Oh, dear.
I mean, it's not easy to build piping like that. You know the fucking engineering talents that it takes to build, like, the accumulated knowledge of how that shit works?
Oh, thousands of fucking years.
I mean, and then like the schooling just in one's own lifetime to be able to pull that shit off. It's not random. It's not accidental. It's not easy to do. There's an incredible amount of work involved in just making it, just getting the supplies there to do it. And what's the point in doing that? What do you mean? They're not looking to tap the natural resources. They're just to ship elsewhere. They're just making the place fucking livable for human beings in a modern standard. I realize I'm going off on this, but it just fucking bugs me. Why the fuck would you hand all that shit over to somebody simply because they whined enough at the UN? Fuck off.
Well,
Why
the
is the
UN
UN granted
also,
any leave?
well, you know, the UN also allowed a cult leader to pull off a sermon there, so I don't think they really have any grounds to speak on.
That's a really harsh way to talk about Anita Sarkeesian.
No, I mean,
I
the
know.
fucking, remember the guy that like did the
Yeah.
weird thing with his eyes? And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, if you guys don't...
he did that.
yeah, if you don't know who Zen Master Rama is, yeah, his...
That wasn't Rama, that was the guy before Rama.
I was just about to say, his Swami leader, of which Rama was a student and acolyte of, yeah, he made a public presentation at the UN headquarters in New York. And I mean, Sam, he was a guy that, through becoming, enlightened and whatnot, and through my superior, bullshit meditation techniques, I can develop super strength and especially super endurance. So therefore run extra length, and I can create 1,000 or 10,000 works of art in a single sitting that he would sell out stadiums where audiences would come and watch him play instruments that he supposedly doesn't know how to play. And if you listen to him play, you would believe that he didn't know how to play any of them. But supposedly he was making 500 original musical compositions live in front of an audience, and people would show up and you'd be like, sit down with a French horn and be, and it sounds like a dying wildebeest, and people are like, oh my God, it's amazing. And he went and did this at the UN.
Mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they allowed it. Like, it wasn't like he was standing in front of the building and he just happened to be doing this. No, they let him in. And he did it, like...
Yeah, and then
like
stood
that.
and posed for pictures with him.
Yeah.
And then one of his students broke off from him and, went and formed...
Yeah, and we get this guy.
Yeah, and he renamed himself Zen Master Rama. There he is. Totally believable reincarnated Zen Master, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And once you joined his cult, he thoroughly encouraged you to learn to code. All jokes aside.
Yeah, you really did.
That's the
Yeah,
only
that-
useful thing he ever fucking did.
I-
Suggested, rather.
Well,
But
that's the funny thing. There's a lot of people that came out of this and they're like, yeah, we don't really like him, but hey, he gave me a job. Like, holy shit. Like, he actually did start several people's coding careers. In a bizarre way. It's like the only good thing he ever did.
Yeah,
Besides
beat
kill
that, Charlie
himself,
Manson.
but, you know, whatever.
Oh, there he is, right there.
Yeah, there he is. That's the guy that
Who-
did the thing at the UN.
Yeah, and feats of strength. Like it wasn't just like musical composition and making
yeah.
art forms. He would run for an extremely long time, lift unbelievable amounts of weight, and I mean unbelievable
Now,
because it wasn't happening.
To be
you know.
fair, that stuff is like more recent. Like it's speaking, you know?
What do you
That
mean?
wasn't back in the day. Because that's
He
more
can
like when he
leap tall
started to do
buildings and is-
more relatively recently, all the weightlifting stuff. Back in the day, it was just instruments and artwork.
Oh, I see what you're
He
saying.
can
The
leap tall
lifting and the
buildings with a
running.
single helicopter.
That is
Yeah.
true. The physical feats came later on. Early on, it was what would you call
Yeah.
artistic feats of
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And this guy who was Frederick Lenz, or so-called Dr. Frederick Lenz, the third.
Yeah, the third.
Yeah. So if you,
No, you,
I mean, I know like we just speed ran through this guy's story and like kind of connected him because of a separate tangent, but go watch Atrocity Guide. Great fucking channel. Highly underrated.
Yeah,
If you're a fan of Down the Rabbit Hole with Frederick Noonson, there we go.
yeah, it's in.
I'm assuming it's Noonson. I've heard
Yeah,
it's-
it is.
Yeah, okay.
It's in.
Yeah, Noonson or oh shit, the greatest content creator on YouTube. Next, of course, to
Barely
Sinatra, Drunkle, Omegon, and myself is Barely Sociable. God, when's Barely Sociable gonna upload again, man?
I don't know.
Fuck.
when he feels like it.
Yeah. Well, quite literally with that guy. I need to do a Barely Social video about Barely Sociable. Because like a
That's
Barely
so fucking
Sociable,
meta.
yeah, a Barely Sociable style video. Far, you know what I'm talking about here, okay? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I know exactly what you're
his
talking
look,
about.
and like we talked about from the very first videos we watched of his, he came out of nowhere, and suddenly had
Yeah,
500,000
really.
subscribers. And it's like, well, they're
It
all
wasn't even just that. It was like he came out of nowhere. His content was already like top notch, and he
yeah.
was just acting like he's always been there.
yeah.
Like he's just always existed on the platform.
Like,
and it's
how are you coming across
dude,
like
you
you're
have,
an
like,
old hand at this stuff? Your editing skills are top notch. He makes his own fucking music, for the background stuff, like his own ambient music. He's got a separate channel just for his music, and then he creates an actual second channel for his main channel called Slightly Sociable, where he puts up the videos that don't even fit the style or aren't quite up to the standard of the main channel. And that channel also has hundreds of thousands of subscribers and content that is better than most of the Discovery Channel documentaries that are out there. Amazing. I was like, who the fuck is this guy and where the fuck did he come from? I talk about like deep, like we're going to go on to the dark web and try and find out more about this. Like I remember the one live stream that he did, and it was all just like him screwing around on like the Tor Onion network to try and find more information about Silk Road, a Silk Road analogous website. And it's
I remember watching some of that.
so the guy's reach is far gone. He's really into talking about crypto and mysterious things, and bizarrely far oceanic disasters. Why?
Yeah,
I don't. You think he'd be all over this Titan thing, huh?
You'd think, but I don't know. Maybe it's just too normal for him.
He'll just start talking about, okay, like this, his video will be this one guy who was acting very strangely and had a whole bunch of debt, but then paid it off out of nowhere, but then gets on this boat that he rented. And he was last seen by this person on this day, and he gets footage. He's like Mike from that chapter. Where the fuck are you getting your footage from, man? Of this guy getting on the boat and whatnot, and then explaining how, well, and then he disappeared, and then the search boat went and looked for him, and then search airplanes got involved, and there are remnants of this found, and oh, but this association back on shore, there was this large life insurance policy that was taken out on him without his knowledge by this family friend who was connected to, fuck, his shit's deep and cool. Oh my God. Anyway, like I said, best content creator on YouTube, next to Sinatra, myself, Drunkle, and Omegon, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And now Far too.
And Far, that's right. If you
Great.
want to see unforgivable French stuff, And just unforgivable moments in general. Some of them now delivered by Far.
Oh god.
You can check out her channel, link in the description, and watch her play all sorts of fucking games that we wish she wouldn't. All right, let's
That's
get.
Gonna have to do for me though, guys. I'm fading real fast. There.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, all right.
We will see you later. You can. Well, if you're leaving and we've been on for. Yeah, 3 hours. We'll roll it up now and we'll do a Freedom Day stream like Sunday night or something. How's that?
Yeah. We could do an evening after the morning before.
An evening after the morning before. Don't tempt me,
Yeah,
Sam. I'll call the stream that. Don't you?
You totally should.
Nope.
It's a complete play on the morning after the night before.
I get that and I like it. Yeah. Are you guys around Sunday night? Monday for you, Far?
Yeah.
That is
I
usually
can
when
be.
I do the shitty game stream, but yeah, sure.
Did I? God damn it. 4 minutes ago, thank you, Evolved Potato, for the $5. The UN has covered up numerous child sex trafficking operations by their own employees. They are a criminal organization and should be denounced and destroyed with great ferocity. Fuck them. Thank you for the $5, Evolved Potato. I just... When Sam and
Hell of a
Far just kind of
statement.
just stunned into silence. What?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like we should disavow for the purposes of the channel, but
You don't want to, do
I
you?
don't want to.
Well, if you watch this, if you were here with us in 1942, you'll get to hear that. Anybody who's listening in the future, hello there. Even though you won't hear this, the stream might have ended before now. YouTube has an editor for a reason, and it's
Yes.
because of people like Evolved Potato. So yeah, Sunday night, it sounds like it's a plan that could come together. We'll do a Freedom Weekend stream where it'll be like all patriotic things that we'll bring in. And Sam could be there too. You know why? Because the French had a really big hand in the American Revolution and they deserve the credit because we mocked them enough. We'll get back to mocking them immediately after Freedom Weekend is over.
Oh, God.
It's got nothing to do with their so-called republic that they set up. This was their hated monarchy that helped us out. It's all very ironic.
We're like the bi footnote in Pride Month. That's what it's gonna be.
Right? Yeah, I got into an interesting argument that I kind of wish that I would record it because me and another Revolutionary War nerd, but he's actually from the Department of History in his doctoral program in history, and he's an Anglophile. He does Britain, but we had this argument over whether or not the American Revolution would have eventually succeeded, whether or not French naval power had been lent. Now, it's an ahistorical argument, so obviously not worth very much beyond the interest of it, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Without the Battle of Yorktown, there would have been, there wouldn't have been a victory, and there would have been no victory at Yorktown without French naval power. None. It would they could have easily moved on and crushed the continental forces that were there. It was being able to lob cannon fire from ships that enabled it to happen. And the French were leaving within a very tight time frame. The king had only allowed so much time for them to be there because they had to get back down to the Caribbean where they had sailed up from to begin with because of doings down there. And so it's like, well, let's say that the time frame had been tightened up a little bit and the French admiral decided, no, fuck this, we're out. So there was no naval power there. Would the colonists the Americans had been able to achieve victory? I wish I would have recorded that conversation because he said no, and I said yes. Because the British coffers were empty, and it isn't this long argument, the sheer amount of German hirelings in the form of partially the Hessians, but also others that they were having to outsource it to, and the limited funds that they were running out to, and the fact that they didn't have replacement forces, the British didn't, to continue to press against the damn dirty rebels. I don't know. I think it might have gone on for another 10 years, but I think ultimately. But then again, I'm biased.
Battle of attrition, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, could they have continued to fight following that? Well, it'll never be known because Lord North's government and British Parliament fell at the time, and they were the main pushers for the war. It was Lord North, as Prime Minister, that was pushing it so damn hard. Let's say his government had not fallen. Would the British have eventually won through running themselves into endless debt. Well, they were willing to run themselves into endless debt to fight your forebears, Sam. The 30 Years' War, French and Indian War. Like, that was a deep, deep debt. And they were willing to do it, but not with their own colonies? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure Far's all deeply fascinated by this stuff, so. Hessians fought war for beer. Yeah, well, Germans. Am I right?
Well, I mean, come on. Beer is beer. Let's not lose our heads here.
Yeah. Which of the 5 republics are you referring to, Polly? Rightfully? I was trying to be general and nice, okay? I just... Unless I forget,
yes.
Napoleon left, but... and then, was exiled and then came back, as we talked about. And then, they exiled him again to St. Helena, where he was eventually, lived there the rest of his life. But then Napoleon III came around, didn't he, Sam? Didn't he?
Oh, you French and your Napoleon.
I just can't shake the habit, you guys. I just...
Guess who's back?
His blood curses us. My God. Yeah. So Sunday night, we'll be back here. We'll do a freedom stream that night, and that does bring us to the end. And last call here at Noir Bar, live from the shadiest district of Noir City. I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight for our own little brand of 1940 booze-fueled banter. Well, I've been drinking. I don't know about these two fucking Mormons, but hey,
I've been on the tea.
They're not actually Mormon. I'm just so nobody gets any ideas. Like, did you know Sam was Mormon? Holy shit! No, he's not.
Yeah, oh, please no.
Like not even a little, actually.
I'd rather be Protestant.
Wow.
That's a...
How are you going to insult the Mormons that way? Don't they catch enough hell, Sam? I'm kidding. Them's was jokes. I would like to thank Sam and Far for being here, because it's always fun to hang out with them. And finally, I had to thank all you various generous people who tip the bartender, and also tip my good friends Far and Sam here for keeping company at the bar.
Thank you.
That's how we keep the lights on, and the candles burning, and the bar stocked, and of course the filthy corrupt cops paid off so they don't crash in the middle of our show. So thank you generously. And if you haven't already, you can hit us up on Twitter. Links in the description. You can hit Far up for commissions and hit her up through Twitter and look through some of her art over there on Twitter. You can also sub to her channel over there where she plays video games that we wish she wouldn't. And then follow Sam online for all sorts of salted Frenchmen.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I'm one salted French fry.
And there it is. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again, in 2 days. Have a good night.
Yeah. Later.
Good night, everyone.